All right. Hey, everyone. So I believe we're live now. I'm going to be working on where are we? We're going to be making a new version of the Anti-Dogpile map. The idea of this one is it's going to be much less choke pointy, especially as the game goes on, than the previous one we did. And I'll tell you some of the kind of the design criteria for it. So I wanted it to be more open. There's no more real single movement pathways. Like this is 2 tiles wide, both corridors north and south. Furthermore, the core entrance to your area, like to your base, is actually further opened. I think before we had like mountain and river openings in the front. Well, we moved them back to being on the side. So now it's like very open getting in. So it's much less choke pointy. Hey, Braden. Um, so yeah, we can get in pretty easily to each of the start locations. The other design criteria was I wanted. Let me see if I have this somewhere. I wanted to have it where there were a fair number of where everybody had the same number of neighbors. And here I've drawn out closest neighbors. And basically, if you look at every 2 locations, they've each got 2 closest neighbors. And the way those kind of work, if you map them all out, is there's 2 separate chains that don't connect of separate neighbors. Nevertheless, it's not like these 2 chains are highly independent of each other. It's not that much farther for this guy to come up and like attack this position, especially for this one if they've got swimming. So anyway, that's kind of how that works. I think I've been alternating the swimming. Well, that's one of the things we'll have to look at is like, where do we put these? Now, the process, Zan, what's up, mate? Thanks, dude. Hey, Kribby, what's up, dude? Yeah, so there's some things we can do in like just the setup and map nuke, and there's some things that we're going to have to do in the Dominions editor. So I've tried doing this before. I kind of screwed it up. But I made this layout, Lucid's Cups. The way you do that, by the way, I think I have a thing here somewhere. So here's this, by the way. If you open up... if you open up the layout section in your map nuke folder, you can basically get a list of all the layouts that are included. This is the one that I added. This is Lucid's Cups, but yeah. And I think the layout tool, I can't remember where that is. The layout creator, yeah. So this is the layout creator. I think this might be the one that I made that has the cups in it. Yeah, so this is it. So this is basically the layout cups thing. Yeah, if you take the output of this, which is what I put, it's an XML thing that I just showed you, but that was in the layout folder. Anyway, if you take that and you put it in that folder for your map nuke, you can also basically start from here. But this is the layout we're going to try to replicate. So yeah, let's get on with it. So I think I've got 16 players. We're going to try Parchment. I'm not sure if that'll work. And I'm going to go to advanced settings. I think for the caves, I'm going to want none to start with. So, because I'm going to do the caves manually. Yeah. Nation themes, water, disciples, generic starts. Only use mountain flags. I think there's a setting too. I don't know if I have it on for There's a setting too where you make it so mountains and farmlands don't go on the same tile. It's always annoying. I think this looks pretty good. I don't see anything here I need to change. So I'll apply changes, and then we'll generate a new map. We'll just see what happens. Oh yeah, it looks like Parchment's working here. I'm not sure what it's going to do for underground. I'm not sure at all. In fact, it's worth testing, because if I don't test it and I spend a lot of time doing this, then it's going to be extremely annoying. So we're going to go ahead and mark some of these as having underground. Let's see if I can find the thing. Thought this was supposed to have... Maybe I have this... Do I have, like, the wrong version opened or something? One second. I might have gotten the wrong tool. One second. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, hang tight. This is the one for Dominions 5, I think. Hang tight. All right, it's going to be 3 minutes. Let me see what you guys are saying in chat. Maybe I can chitter-chatter with you guys. Wait. But yeah, there's a lot of things that got fixed in the most recent version of Map Nuke, or not the recent, but in some of the more recent versions. One of the things was like the Monastery of Light or something kept spawning. That's fixed. There's also something that got fixed recently where like you could actually move through cave walls, which was kind of a weird sort of bug. Yeah. So a bunch of kind of weird things. The other thing that's kind of cool, I guess I can just talk about as I'm making up things to kind of fill the time here while the new version's downloading, is that Nuke is working on a new version, and he's posted a bunch of clips. I'm not really sure what all is going to be in it, but I know the idea is supposed to be it's a much more free form layout. Like I think Nuke got their feelings hurt by Grid Nuke. So I think there's a push to go away from Grid Nuke. I wish map creation in Dom 6 was simpler. Yeah, I mean, the default tools in Dominions are kind of interesting, but I think the problem is the Dominions map just are... Like, if you do it in the game, it's kind of just too unbalanced. But, I mean, it's super easy to make a random map in the game. It's just hard to make a good one. About halfway done with the download. And it's super easy to use Map Nuke to generate, like a generic... to generate a very playable Dominion 6 map. The thing is doing this, the thing I'm going to have to add in is a bunch of mountain borders. And that's the part where I can't do it in the tool. Or I can do that in the tool, but there's some... We'll see. Wait, whoops. I screwed that up. I wish you could also make a blank layout and have the game generate terrains so it can make the shape of the map and have it generate interesting maps. Well, okay, so the game, you can draw a shape and it'll do that for like land and ocean. So like there's some funny ones. I think like the first one we did in the beta was somebody drew like a duck or a goose, since that's kind of like a loggy and Dominion thing. And yeah, it'll make like a goose-shaped ocean, and then the land will be all the other stuff. There's also a tool Loggy made where you can take a Dominion's map file, and we'll probably try this. We'll do 2 versions of it. But I could take like a map nuke file, and I could turn it into a D6M file. And when I do that, it will automatically it will basically make it with the Dominion's graphics, if that makes sense. And it's also going to make it so the what tiles are what will be different every time. So, let me see if I can fix this. Extract files. Here we go. What could you do about Dominions itself to make it less sensitive to variance in the map layout? Having greater randomization in the maps seems like it'd be better for replayability. Yeah, we're going to do that with this. We're going to make it so it's going to be more random. Some of the things won't be random. Like, I think the mountain passes and stuff will same, but exactly will stay the same. But what types of provinces everything are can shift. But yeah, and the core Dominions thing, the problem is just how, I mean, I think the problem with the Dominions map algorithm is that you really have to start from scratch. It's kind of busted. I don't think there's another way to say it. Because the problem with the Dominions map is it makes the map first. Oh no. Dear God, please don't do this. Wah. Okay, dire port, maybe it will still work. That's probably, we're gonna check and make sure it will actually oh, this isn't good. I'm gonna try real quick. It's possible it doesn't like my layout too. So I'm gonna take my layout, put it on my desktop. And we're gonna try opening it up again. Yeah. Fart sound. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, because I've now backed up my... one second, I'm going to hide my display real quick. I got my desktop. Okay, I'm going to... I'm going to delete everything I have in my MapNuke folder. I'm just going to do a fresh... I need to close some of these things. Okay, I'm going to do a fresh extract. If this doesn't work, I'm probably going to end the stream. Because if I can't get MapNuke working, we're not going to be making that map. It's funny, I thought it was working, but I had like an old version of MapNuke. I'll turn my stream back on in a second. Okay, let's see. Does it work? Ah, it worked. Okay. I don't know if parchment will work. The other thing I'm going to test is data layouts. I'm going to go ahead and stick this back in here. Okay. I'm going to quit this and start it again. Make sure it works. See what you guys are saying. I saw the shape mode. It's very basic. Yeah, it's not super sophisticated. Okay. Okay, so that loaded without a bug. So good. It must have been something in the old file that messed it up. We should now be able to select 16 players, parchment, and we should be able to select this, Lucid's Cups. And right now we're just going to generate a new map. Oh, it talked to me. It's a very advanced feature. Okay, and I want to make sure we have... Okay, we have some cave systems. I just want to export and make sure parchment works. It's going to take a second. It's going to go through and do all the things. Well, we should kind of be able to tell. It looks like it's doing the oceans here. It is slower. It used to be a lot faster than this. That was a very startling sound. Yeah. Just make a mountain range project protect. Just make a mountain range protect the cap circle. Yeah, sort of. Must be ASC code. No, I think the problem is I'm extracting like different versions together in the same folder. I think it's screwing it up. So anyway, it fixed it when I stopped. We still haven't seen caves yet. That's going to be the real question when we do this export, is do the caves export correctly? And by the way, this taking a long time to export is totally fine. That's not a problem. Because normally we're going to spend a lot of time working on it and only a little bit of time actually doing the export. So you see it's making all these different files right now. And this is going to be a very large folder because each of these is like, yeah, 90 something megabytes. This will be like almost a gigabyte or something. The cool thing is once I convert it to a D6M, it will dramatically reduce the size. The other thing that's kind of weird is that these aren't stored. This is one of the suggestions I made during the beta, was to store these as a PNG. PNGs, for those of you who don't know, are basically the most efficient, or one of the most efficient, lossless image storage formats. So like JPEGs, where you basically convert the image to the frequency domain. So you're storing frequency information rather than like pixel data. Yeah, those tend to be like lossy. So you lose stuff, and you couldn't have, with like Dominions, you couldn't have a lossy format. And the reason for that's pretty simple because, oh, so this is the cave. Fuck yeah. All right, it works. The reason you can't have a lossy format is because, like, you know, caps are defined by a perfectly single white pixel. And that would have to be, you know, precisely defined. But if they changed it where like caps were stored differently, which means you're no longer working off like pure images, which would change a host of things. But anyway, if somehow that were different, then you could actually use like actual like good image compression. But PNGs are still really good. Like, I'll just show you how much. Like, I'll open this. I'll open it in Photoshop, and we'll just save this as a PNG. And let me see if let me navigate to this on another screen. Desktop. What is this thing called? A test farm? Yeah, so here's the thing from my desktop. It's 29 megabytes now, so it cut the size almost in a quarter, or it did cut it by a quarter. So, kind of cool. Okay, so anyway, so that worked. So that's good. That means we can go ahead and do this. So what we're going to do, we have early age, we have the map format, all the things we want. And what we're going to do now, we've got generic plane starts. I love that this is the preference. You used to have to go through and click all these individually. This is great. I'm actually going to regenerate the map. We're going to go to advanced settings. I want to make it so that caves are very infrequent. This seems fine. Where's the cave stuff? Cave entrances per player 1. That seems right. Cave frequency 0. Make this 0 too. We're going to put caves. We're going to put a cave system in the map. I'm going to do it myself though. Okay. I think the roads we're going to set at 0 as well. I'm going to put roads in, but I'm going to do them myself. And we're going to do rivers at 0. I'm going to do the rivers myself. The bridged rivers are fine. Okay. So we're going to generate a new map now. That is a Bungie reference to the internal Halo 2 editor, which Microsoft forgot to tell. They included in the editor. Had a joke in it where people, or one of the people at Bungie had his pants pulled down. Huh. Okay, so we've got a new map. Now, the things we need to do now is I need to take this map, and we have to start making it. Oh, you know what I should have done? We're going to rejigger it too, because I actually don't want mountain passes. I'm going to put all those in. Mountains are fine. I think, honestly, I just want a blank slate. I think that's going to be the easiest. We're going to have to go through and basically do all these by hand. It's going to be easier the fewer things I have to put in. It's a little painful doing this, but we're going to do it. This will be a much more, like, homogenized map. Now, once I convert this to... We'll have 2 versions of it. One will be a D6M. And the D6M will have randomized maps, even randomized terrain, even though we're going to make it somewhat standard. Generic starts. Okay, cool. Okay, I think this is what we want. Apply changes. We're going to generate it again.
Articulating spline.
Do you like caves with infrequent surface connections or semi-predictable ones? Also, do cave connections to the surface mandate a terrain type? Nope, cave connections are... you can kind of do whatever. Did that not do the forests? Where's forests? I thought I put forests at 0. I did. It didn't like that. I put this at 0 too. I'm gonna try doing this one more time. I'm gonna keep the large. Do I want to keep the? We're gonna get rid of a lot of the randomness that Map Nuke comes with, because the thing is, I'm gonna go through and have to basically touch every single province. And if I'm gonna touch every province, we're gonna kind of make it less random.
Articulating spline.
Spint of Water, welcome. Is force mandated for some nations' caps? So that's actually a cool thing in Dominion 6. If you get a plain start, and most of the, not all of the nations, most of the nations that have a forest preference for the cap, it will actually go and change this province on the first turn of the game to be forest. So it's actually a really cool thing in Dominion 6 that really does support this like generic start thing. So we can just make maps with generic starts and like a bunch of, you know, we don't have to like customize it for every single player, which is pretty cool. Did that do reticulating splines? I'm not sure what that is. I think I've heard that before, but okay. So now we have to take this and we have to translate it into this. So I'm going to take this image. I'm going to put it over on my other screen. But I'll talk about it a little bit first. So we're going to basically block out the mountains, and this is a 3x3, a 9 area thing, where we have a river at the top, a mountain pass at the bottom, and thrones at the corners. So this is what I'm going to be looking at as I try to get this thing working. And I'm going to adjust this so I can still see chat while I'm looking at this. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to put this over here. Good. Okay, so I can see. Okay, so this is the area. So the way you do this is you just come in here and you have to. I'm going to have to click a bunch of. Oh, not mountains. Mountain. So this is going to be a mountain. Mountain. It's going to be a lot of clicking. Now I need mountains going down here too, because this is the This is a little odd. Do I have two? I wonder if this is like not big enough. Let me see. Because right here, here's a cap. I go one over this way, and I get that. If I come all the way to the other side, they're 3 apart. And on this one, they should be 1, 2, 3, 4. They should be 4 apart. So there's something screwed up in the file. Did this not use my... Oh, it screwed up my layout. Well, that's why. Okay, let's generate this again. Good to detect that early, otherwise I'd have wasted a lot of work. Wouldn't a map without forests screw over certain factions? We're going to put these forests back in. I'm going to have to click on these things anyway. Because, like, the thing is if in your cap circle you have, I don't know, like, 2 farms and somebody else has 2 wastes, you know, that's not really fair. So I end up having to, like, manage this, and I'd rather not have to, like, click off everything and then click on stuff. So, let's see if we got it. Okay, now it's right. Now there's 2 spots over this way, and then on this side, there's 2. So there's 4 in between, not 2. Okay, or not 3. So that's perfect. Okay, so now we're going to come in. I'm going to use this image. Where in the hell I put it? Okay, pulling this back over on this side of the screen. And let's get cracking. Okay, perfect. So here we go. Mountain. And mostly I'm going to be chatting with you guys while I do this, because this is pretty mindless. I wish there was a hotkey. It's nice to have hotkeys. Like, I click on it and I just hit a button rather than have to, like, move my mouse. Can I move this? No. But yeah, so we're basically making a cup here. And the funny thing is, while this, like, feels very slow, this is so much faster than, like, trying to do something like this in Photoshop. Like, if you're gonna, like, manually make your own map, this is so fast. It's slow compared to just watching it get, like, automatically generated. Okay. Oh, did I do a mountain pass here? I did. Okay. So here, we're also gonna do a mountain. But here's gonna be a river. And here will be a mountain pass. And the thing with these are, of course, a mountain pass you can only traverse if it's hot on both sides, and a river pass you can only traverse if it's cold on both sides. Unless you have mountain survival or swimming or amphibious or whatever. So, pretty interesting. So we've gotten the cup set up. The other thing I'm going to do while we're at it is we're going to figure out what we do with this. I think we're going to do at the front... This will also make it interesting for invading. We're going to do 1 forest somewhere in the front. We're also going to do... I think we're going to do a mountain somewhere in the front. Wait, whoops. Mountain pass, sorry. Clicked on the wrong thing. We're going to do a mountain in the front. And we're going to give a farmland in the back. We'll do a large farm in the back. This will be like a high value province to get to. And we're going to do a... this one will be random, either a swamp or a waste. Actually, maybe we do a waste, because some nations are going to need a wasteland near them. So we're going to do a waste, and we'll have some swamps out here in the rest of the area, but 2 forests. I think this is fine. This gives 4 normal provinces. I think this is a pretty good mix for a starting location. The clicks are kind of loud. You second that. Let me see if I can fix this for you guys. Audio output capture. Let me turn this down for here. Turn it down a bit. Okay, hopefully that's better. Is this okay? I'm rapidly clicking. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Okay. So now we're going to do thrones, because we're going to try to kind of... What the hell is this? Oh, this is the grid. That would mean this is actually the throne province, which is strange. Because this isn't connected by a diagonal. But that's cool. We're gonna allow some randomness in this map. But this is going to be a throne spawn point. And we're going to make this a throne spawn point. If we want to, we could make this a mountain pass as well, and that will make this, it'll treat this more like a proper corner. Which we might should. I think that's actually going to be kind of important for balance, that you have to go through a throne to, like, hang a corner here. It's just the way Map Nuke did this, it gave these things borders. It's going to be kind of random how it does that. Much better? You prefer the louder clicks? All right, we'll tweak it up just a tiny bit for you. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we're going to work on the next cup. The next cup is also... So I'm going to flash this up again. Basically, we're going to have a line of cups all facing the same direction, then a line of cups alternating direction in the vertical. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this first row where they're all facing the same way. And they're separated by 2. So this is part of the 9 area. These would be the 2 that separate it, which means the cups again start here. So this is going to be mountain, mountain, mountain. That's how this is going to work. Just like so. The other kind of cool thing about doing this, if you... Daz Tactic has some older videos on making maps for Dominions 5. And one of the cool maps he made, he took like Map Nuke, generated the map, and it has like all the dots, and it has like the map file, which has a lot of this information. The map file is really... yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it has all the information, and then he basically just went, extracted all the white points, put them on a layer, which indicate where the province starts are, and then he was able to just paint over, basically, the map behind it. And then he had this pretty cool hand-painted map that followed, like, a Map Nuke structure, which is kind of cool. Anyhow. Okay, so this is also going to be a mountain. This is also going to be a mountain. Actually, this one is access to this province. Now, this should probably also be a mountain. Okay, and then this is going to be... now, I've swapped these, so it's a different... I'm not sure if this is good or bad, but we're going to swap these. So this is going to be a mountain pass up north. I think this one, we're also going to make a river. And the reason for that is you can only be no, by that logic, this one should also be a mountain pass. Yeah, we're going to do the logic so that there's only three provinces you can enter from directly. If you want to get to this province by any province other than these 3, it's going to be through one of these passes. Let's see if I have to change this logic. I do. So we're going to come back and make this a river. We're going to come back and make this a mountain pass. This will also pretty heavily impact which wars you choose. Like if you have the ability to fight through one of these mountain passes, but the other person has to go around, that would be pretty decisive in a war. He did 6 VODs for 6 as well. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. But also what I'm going to do, we're going to go through and do all the cups, and then we're going to come back and we're going to come back and do like these corridors. I'm going to do those, I think, at the end here. This will be the big farm. I also need to go back and do large provinces in different places as well. This is, by the way, oh wait, this is going to be the mountain. And this is going to be the forest. Yeah. That looks pretty good. Another cup down. So we're going to keep going here. Mountain. Okay. Mountain. And I believe we're doing, for this one, we're doing river on the top. Oh, I didn't do thrones. I need to make sure I go back and do that. Okay, we're doing river on the top. This still gets a mountain, but this gets, this is going to have two rivers going into it, like so. And we're doing mountain on the bottom. Just like so. And the mountain area is going to have the mountain. And the forest area, or I'm sorry, the river area is going to have the forest, as we've been doing. I wonder if I add in like more random terrain for the corridors. I'm wondering if that's going to hide some of the similar, like the sameness of the of these cups. Which I hope so. I don't want the whole map to look totally the same. So we'll have to see what that actually does. I'll make this a large farm. The cups remind you of the mountain ranges in Mordor. Yeah, it kind of does look like that. The mountain ranges of Mordor remind me of the horrible Rings of Power. The sad thing is I'll probably watch it when the next one comes out. The Amazon special. Oh, I did a road. It should be a mountain. Okay, mountain. Mountain. I need to go back and do thrones. We're doing mountain pass on top this time. Maybe there's some symbolism here where like we're basically starting all the players in Mordor. I think that says something about the alignment of dominions. It's also like, how did Sauron lose when he got such an imbalanced start and everybody else got a non-cup shaped start? It's like, come on, dude. Such an easy start location. River. Okay, we're gonna make this a forest. We're gonna make this a non-forest. We're gonna make this this is gonna be the large farm. This is going to be a waste. And this is going to be a mountain. Sauron left the cat door open. That's funny. The rare lucid stream. They've ladled slop on your trough, and there's nothing for it but to eat. Funny. I used to think Aragorn was my dad. He's not even an actor. It's funny. He lost his throne to a cheese thug. To be fair, he sort of lost to like... I mean, he was playing like goblins, right? But he lost to undead. He lost to Scaleria. Aragorn's like casually the good necromancer. Actually getting like ghosts to come with him, like cosplaying as Lemuria. That's actually funny that like Lemuria wins Lord of the Rings as well. Okay, I think we've done that C. Okay, so now we're gonna have the slightly more interesting. Oh, let's do thrones while I'm at it. So I'll flash this back up for thrones. So thrones, we're going to do. These get 2 at the back corner. And I guess I'll put these in as well. Let's do the back corner ones. Let me get rid of some of these thrones here first. It was supposed to put them kind of in approximately the right spots, given my layout, but did I change my layout? Maybe they're in the right spot. Oh well, we're going to do it how I have it drawn. We might go back and change some of the thrones. I think we can do it differently. I think we're going to do, maybe we do the thrones just at the bottom right corner. We're going to go back, we're going to do the thrones a little different here. We're going to do the throne at the bottom right corner, or we'll do it at the wasteland corner, wherever the wasteland is. We'll have a throne nearby. Can you add roads going from the 2 back cup corners to the entrance? Rear forts are such a pain to build. Yeah, that could be interesting. You're saying like run a road like this? I'm not opposed to that. And we might go back and change some of these thrones. I don't want them in weird spots. Like if we'll have to see how they line up with multiple C's. Don't mess with Lemuria. Is Aragon really a Teemo? Yeah. That could be it. That explains a lot. It's like, God, Aramor really hasn't died after all these years. Secretly, he's like undead. Okay, so we got some draft of the... we have some draft of the first row. Next one is going to be a down-facing U, then an up-facing U. So down-facing U means this one goes like this, mountain. The other part, mountain. Yeah, roads for rear recruit to get to the front line. Exilium. Hi, Lucid. Hello. Welcome. Okay, let's get this going. Okay, so we'll go ahead and after this, I'll go put roads in, like you guys are suggesting. There's some other ideas for using roads to speed, like connect certain parts of the map. And we can do that too. Okay, so this is the area where we would want to have the... How are we doing it again? Oh yeah, so you should be able to get down straight through. Let me see which way I did it in the map. We're doing river on the right side. So this will be a river pass. And good. We don't actually need a second river pass over here. This also is going to make this a forest. We'll go ahead and just do that. And then we're going to have mountain pass here, mountain pass here. Sorry, not mountain pass, a mountain. An impassable mountain. Now, one of the things we're going to have to do in the game is that the mountain pass, this is kind of interesting. That's one of the things we're going to have to do in the Dominions map editor. We're going to make sure we save the file that comes from MapNuke before we start messing in a separate, very safe place. Before we start messing with any of that. These are actually traversable by magic. If you put a mountain pass up in a game, so you could like cloud trapeze over the mountains, this is not what we want. We want them to be impervious to magic. However, having mountain survival does not allow you to get through this. You need a mountain pass to go through. but you can with magic get through them. So what we're going to have to do is go through in the game. You can't do this in Map Nuke, but we're actually change this from being an impassable connection to being not a connection at all. So we're going to have to do that as another very tedious step in the game itself. So let's go ahead and make this the waste. One of the things I'm going to do when I'm doing, like if I made this the waste and we're putting thrones next to wastes, then there would be a throne right here, and that would be a 2-throne little corridor here. So this is actually going to be the farm, the large farm, and this will be the wasteland, and this is going to be the throne, just like so. Now, we're also going to implement the suggestion to do roads to the front. So there will be a pathway to get up here, which will be kind of nice. It also will let you get a little faster, like map move 2 potentially to this back farmland with more units. So that'll be kind of interesting. We're going to go implement this here. This one's interesting though, because like this one you can't quite get to the front the same way. So we'll just do like the best. Wait, whoops. This will be a road connection, sorry. So we'll just do the best we can, you know, it's not perfect. We could have a road going up here. Yeah, I think that's better than going to the cap. I think we're gonna get, yeah, we're gonna get to the front line by hook or by crook. So we're gonna actually change this to a, ideally we're going to take it to the middle, but some of these will do a road to like the forest. That's just how that's gonna be. And this will be a road. 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 And this is another one of the situations where it can't go to the middle. It's going to have to go to the forest. Okay. You're going to take a great Sita pretender so I can teleport movement to expand into someone's back corner farmland turn 2 and then offer them a nap. Pretty funny. Now you have to do the pregame nap. It's like, hey, I feel like we should be partners in this game. What do you think? Let's do let's just nap right at the start. You teleport and get their farm. Okay, so that's basically done for that. So this next one's going to be another cup, but it's going to be up facing. So we're going to start at the back, do a mountain, just like so. And coming up, mountain, mountain, mountain. Yeah, if you guys want to just shoot the shit about anything in Dom 6 too, I'm happy to chitter chatter about it while I work. It's a lot easier for me to also read. Which says I guess this is fine. I think actually these should be alternate. Like I think if this is a river, this should be a mountain, wherever we can manage it. That'll make these two both mountains. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of agnostic. I think either way, it's gonna preference one of these matchups. Like if this was a mountain, then it's gonna preference this. If you're like a mountain pass nation, if you're an amphibious nation or a swimming nation, having them both rivers. Yeah, I don't think there's a right answer. We're just gonna kind of stick to something here. I think we're gonna go. I think for this particular one, we might mix it up. It might not always be the same, but for this particular one, we're going to do a river. That's going to be also like this. Mountain. This prevents flying too, yes. Mountain passes also, and rivers, So both of these types, like you could fly this way or this way, but you cannot fly through here. These mountains are impervious to all but magic movement. And once I go in the game and change it, they will be impervious to magic as well. They're going to be truly something you cannot move through. But I'm going to have to do that. I can't do that in Map Nuke. I'm going to have to do that in Dominions. So this is going to be... It's a pretty complicated map to make. It's one of the reasons that, even though, you know, it's kind of boring sometimes for you guys to watch it, it's one of the reasons I did want to record it and put it up. Because if people want to do a semi-complicated map like this, there are some kind of weird things you need to know. So, yeah. Okay, we want the... I think we'll keep this throne location for now. We might switch it up later, but we're going to go ahead and make this a waste. And we're going to make this the large farm. Okay. Do all these have like a cave? Oh, I see. This has to be toggled. And this is what it would be if this was toggled. I gotcha. All right, so this is a large farm. Good, 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 good. This will be the forest. Where's the forest? Forest. I wish enter worked for apply changes. That would also save a tiny bit of time. Wait, did that not work? Okay, and then mountain. I'm sad 6 ruined light cav. Yeah, I know. We should get a mod. There should be a cav mod. I think the cav mod should be... And Illwinter made the required mod commands for this to work, I believe. But I think light cav should remount after battle. I think that should be one of the things. If your mount dies, you get your mount back after battle for free. And then... Yeah, I'm not sure the solution for medium cav. Medium cav might be fine as they are. But yeah, heavy cav, it makes sense maybe if the mount dies, they go back home. Okay, this is done now. We've got the throne where it needs to be. Next one. So this is going to be a down-facing cup. So crazy how like Map Nuke can do this so fast, and it's like the second you have to like do anything manually, it's very tedious. The new Gym longevity setting is now 2 for unmodded games, right? So gyms persist through the entire turn. I think I'd prefer phase-only gym longevity. Yeah, I actually think the meta will be turn duration. I think there will be a mix, but I think turn duration will be more popular. But we did rivers matching up here. I guess we'll do the same. We'll do mountain pass matching again. I think the... And by the way, that's a bug that their base setting is 2. That was... I think that had something to do with how they were testing it. And yeah, it's a bug. So Illwinter is going to change it so that the default is actually 0, which is how it currently is in the game. By the way, I hope at some point Illwinter makes it where it's just a map setting, not a mod. But until that point, we have mods, and that's certainly better than nothing. But I think that, yeah, I think I kind of do think that no, that basically gyms persist a whole turn. I think that will be the default, but it's hard to know for sure what the community will gravitate towards. I'm sure there will be both. I think the phase only is just a strict improvement on vanilla, though. I don't think there's hard. I mean, I'm sure people will, just because like people are going to play games without mods, and then some people will actually do it by preference. But yeah, I think by far and away people are going to choose to use one of those. But you never know. Okay, so there's a throne here. We're going to put the wasteland over here. And perfect. And then this is going to be the large farm. Oh, and I have to remember to do the roads. That's the other thing. Maybe when you're doing changes here, it should automatically update. I don't think there's a reason to not apply changes. It'd be nice if this button didn't exist. I might leave that as a suggestion for Nuke. Let me go back and fix this. River, or not river, road. Okay. That looks pretty good. A magical mountain ridge is part of a magical berry raised by past pretender gods. The god of diminutive dogpiles. Yeah. They could have cav troops passively transform into mounted troops again while drawing resources from the province. Yeah, that might be possible with modding. It might also be buggy. You'd have to do it with events, and I don't know how events work well enough to say how possible or not possible that'd be, because you would need to do enough for just one unit, but obviously for all the units that are in the province that turn. But yeah, it is. I don't love the way Cav was implemented, but I think there's lots of solutions that Illwinter's given us the ability to do with modding. I think, honestly, a lot of the modders are kind of just overwhelmed because a lot of people need to port, like, the best modders in the community all have mods they have to port from Dominions 5 to Dominion 6. So I think, like, getting the kind of sophisticated people who would actually be able to do this work, to do it, you know, they have other things on their plate right now for Dominions, like porting old mods, but I think we have the tools to make, like, a cav improvement mod. And if somebody wanted to take up the mantle, I certainly would be happy to at least offer advice. Wait, did I do this wrong? Wait, down, up, down. Fuck. This should be up. God damn it. All right, well, this is why we can't have nice things. All right, this is going to be river. Should be the last one then. Yeah, okay. Ah, man. Okay, and then this is going to be mountain pass. Okay. Map settings instead of mod makes a lot more sense to me. Yeah, I think so. I think it's something that the community, I mean, I think also defaults are important. I think Illwinter should make it a map setting, and I think they should change the default to be phase only rather than the current thing. I think the current way it's implemented should be not a default. Now, of course, you know, people might have different opinions, but I think the phase only gem burn should be the default. And then I think even though that's the default, I think people will still probably pick the gems last the whole turn. I think that will still be the community norm, even if something else is the default. So, I mean, they could change it to that too, and then people would pick something else. Love from Denmark. Thanks, Permadeath Strategy Games. Okay, let me see. I can see it reading the same as, like, so many units got hit by fires from the sky. So many cav units got remounted. Yeah. That would be a nice change. Okay, throne. The waste should be... Yeah, because if this is a throne, it makes sense for this to be the waste. Okay. This will be the waste. This will be the farm. All right, we're halfway done with this portion, and just look how beautiful that is. Out of chaos comes order. Well, some semblance of order. Okay, so we finished that row. The next row we've got is this. It's going to be a bunch of U-shaped cups facing in the other direction. Hoi! Okay, so here we go. Generic planes, that means a U-shaped cup facing this way. Just like so. Mountain. Mountain. One of those rivers should probably be mountains. Oh, shit. I made a mistake and somebody found it. Made a mistake online. One of the rivers should probably be mountain. That's right. That's right. I think this is right. Yeah, the idea is they only have 3 normal entrances to the province, and they're from the 3 directly coming in provinces. So some provinces, just how the provinces, like the borders work out, I'll need to have 2 mountains. I mean, like 2 rivers or mountain passes blocking other provinces from coming in. Some, like this one, you can only get in still through these 3 provinces, but only needed 1 river. Okay. But maybe, yeah, I missed it. Maybe it was somewhere else. I've been watching 50 episodes of my multiplayer commentary, and I'm not sure I'm okay inside my head. Oh, yeah. Which series are you doing? Are you doing the tournament finals, perhaps? Dark side cookies. If you swap the farm with the wasteland, you can run roads the same side as the other boxes. Oh, yeah, that's an interesting idea. Wait, this should be a mountain. But I'm trying to, yeah, I can maybe do that. I don't know how important it is. I don't think it's actually that important which side the farm's on. It doesn't need to line up with the thrones. It is important where the throne is. So I can go back and see if maybe we can try to, not sure if it will work, but we can see if we can try. Which way are we going to do this? So this is going to be, wait, did I already do this? Did I already screw this up? I did. Like, what am I doing? Like I just said, it needs to be U cups facing the other way, and I go ahead and start screwing it up. All right. Oi, 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 oi. Why can't we follow simple instructions we give ourselves? Mountain. Okay. So, flashing back up the thing. This should be river on top. So that would be here. This would be a river. This would be a river. And these, of course, are going to be normal connections. This will probably be a 2-part stream. I'm going to try to get through all the map nuke stuff right now, and that'll probably take me another 30 or 40 minutes. Probably 40 minutes at least. Probably another hour. Who am I kidding? But then I think all the final things like the Dominion stuff might be another one. I don't know if I can sit here for 2 hours and do this, but okay. This is going to be a plains. This is going to be a farm that is large. This is going to be a mountain. And, oh wait, what am I doing? I am on drugs. This is not going to be a farm that is large. This is going to be a normal forest. This, we're going to go ahead and do... I'll go ahead and follow what Darkside Cookies said, and we're going to just go ahead and make this the large farm, even though it's catty corner to this throne. I'm also, to connect this throne, to make it an actual corner, we're going to have this mountain range come out like this. It's going to make this a waste. I'm not sure I made this large. Oh, I did. Okay. And then we're going to give this the road coming out. We're going to go back and we're going to change these road connections and farms so that ideally they all come out in the middle. We'll see how we can do it. This one comes out in the middle. This one doesn't, but if it was over here, it would. So we're going to go ahead and just road this up. We're going to get rid of these roads. And we're going to make this a normal waste. And we're going to make this a large farm. And now we have that one going. Let's see, this one's fine. This one, fine. This one is not fine, but it will be fine if we move it. So we're going to go ahead and move it. Road. Road. Normal. Normal. And then this is going to be a wasteland. This will be a farm. Large. Excellent. Okay. That's that. This one, looks like we just forgot to do it. So good thing we're coming back. Road. This one we've got working fine. This one doesn't work, but if we move it over, it will. So we're going to go ahead and move this one over. And this is going to be a farm that is large. This one's going to be a normal size waste. And we get rid of these roads. Sweet. Okay, so that's done. And this is done. And this is done. And so yeah, this one we're just spamming out the C's in this direction. So yeah, let's do it. Next one will be this. Mountain. Mountain. Now let's see what you guys are saying. Gym longevity feels just like the wrong solution. They should really just expand the temp gym item roster. Yeah, I mean, they have mod commands for that, though. So you can just use my temporary gym mod. I think there's another one, too. That maybe... My mod is kind of priced where it's more for, like, big armies. It's not really for, like, casual stuff. And it's not even really for economy. There is some economy for it, but it's kind of expensive if you're doing it for economy. But yeah. I think if you turn gym longevity on, like, for a whole turn, the value of temp gym items becomes significantly less. Because you can reliably give your mages all the gems they're going to need for a single turn. Pretty simply. Like, it's not going to be that expensive. I think we're going to do rivers on the bottom. Just like so. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. I wonder how much people are going to... Wait, that's not what I meant. I wonder how much people are going to make the temp gym items if they're playing in a game with longevity on gyms. Mountain pass, just like so. Okay. I expect it will be a lot rarer. A lot rarer. Okay. This is going to be a mountain. This is going to be a forest. And which one? This one is the one that's going to be the farm. That is large. We're going to go ahead and give it the roads. And this will be the waste. Very cool. Any good maps using the other player? Wait, other plane mechanics in the works? No, I think... I'd like to see... there's probably... I haven't really been following, like, the Steam discussions, but... I think when people... Again, I think a lot of these things will get sorted out better as modders get freed up. You know, like, Aether Nomad, one of the best modders, he's got, like, this huge mod he has to. He is probably planning on porting to Dominion 6. Red Rob's got Dominions Enhanced they're working on... presumably. And it's just a huge undertaking. It's a lot of work. There's sprite work that has to be done. There's all these things that have to be done. And it's a major, major, major undertaking. The thing is I think what would make planes really interesting is have them combined with mods. so that you have a map that has a mod that goes with it, and then it makes the infernal plane like act like an infernal plane. And then you have basically special things that are going to take place in combat. Now, I'm not sure the extent to which that even really can happen in a game. Like, I think what you could do, this is what I think you can do, is I think you can spawn sites. I think you can spawn sites based on province number when the game loads. And so you'll have these hidden sites in every province. Or not hidden, they could be visible. And that site, this is the part I don't know, maybe that site can cause battlefield-wide effects in combat that like affect both sides. And those battlefield effects would probably have to be custom to make sure they affect both sides. It's not like friendly only or whatever. You know, like rigor mortis affects both sides. But yeah, I think you would do it like that. You would have sites. The sites would indicate that this province is in the infernal plane, and then that would cause like heat from hell, and maybe that would also generate a chance for demons to attack every round, things like that. I think that would be pretty interesting. Okay, wait, so we're gonna do rivers on top now. But the thing is you have to have a pretty good understanding of how the modding works to do that. I mean, there's a lot of smart players who could probably figure it out that aren't like experienced modders. They could but they'd have to ask questions and get the modding manual and peruse it. But yeah, I think that would be a pretty interesting mod. The only problem with that is you would have to customize that map or that mod for each map. And I think that's an interesting thing where like, you know, somebody could take like this map when it's done, if this becomes popular, and then add to it like a bunch of planes, right? Like the infernal plane, the plane of Hades, and then attach a mod that's made for those planes and this map. Because the mod, I think, would have to indicate somehow like, I mean, maybe not. Maybe you just have like if the plane has a name, like plane 1, plane 2, maybe it's always known that if you have a bunch of planes like plane 1, plane 2 in the map, I'm gonna make this one the normal thing. Anyway, it could be maybe that you don't have to like hard code in all the province numbers that are going to be in that plane into the mod. It could be it knows that all the provinces in that plane are going to be affected by that site. As it is, it's true there isn't any real counterplay for heavy gym baiting, but the gym longevity removes a skill element from the game. Yeah, that's true. There's some skill in gym baiting, but I think it makes the game better. I mean, it makes it less micro. It's going to make it easier for new players to like, you know, new players like, I mean, if you're a new player and you figure out how to actually like use gyms, it's very frustrating when you're playing for the first time. You get gym baited like twice by a player before the main battle and they bleed all your gyms. And I do that all the time. It's one of the ways I win wars. So it's going to make it a lot harder for me to win against less experienced players. But I think that's kind of good. I think it's better if you just have to fight them. Like the idea that you're going to like get rid of all the gyms in somebody's army before a fight, it's kind of shitty. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be a forest. This is going to be a mountain. All right, we are humming along. We will be there before you know it. Mountain, 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 mountain. New player, there's a lot of things that'll surprise you. Yeah, I think that's an understatement. Oh, I have this impossible army. It's got these really good guys in it. Oh, it's all dead. It's like that South Park thing where it's like he's going to the bank and it's gone. You make this really cool army, it can do all the coolest things, and it's gone. Oh, I have this really cool thug, it can kill anything, and it's gone. Oh, I got this really powerful mage I just put in my army, it can do all that, and it's gone. Okay, let's see. Mountain. Now we're going to do mountain pass on the top this time. Mountain pass, like so. Rivers in the bottom. And this is now going to be a mountain. This is now going to be a forest. This is now going to be a plains. And this needs to be my, oh wait, whoops. Plains. This needs to be a farm. Ooh, it needs to be a large farm. With roads. This is gonna be a waste. Okay. Take the plain tag off. I don't actually know if taking the plains tag off matters, but we're going to be taking it off. I think this one probably also needs a throne near it. I don't know what this throne is here for. Let's get rid of this throne spawn point. And I think we're going to have a throne here instead. Throne here. Actually, this one should probably be a throne. That way there's one. I'd like to have one in each corner. If I can. Which means this one needs it on this side. Got one in this corner, one in this corner. This one has two in the corner. That doesn't seem right. One here. This one should be up here. I think I'm actually going to do that. We're going to move this one up. We'll just see what happens. I'll have to come back and check this, but while I'm looking at it, I think this is the wrong location for this one. Because that's putting two in this corner. Oh no, but they're supposed to be at the back. No, this is the wrong spot. I don't even know what this is supposed to go to. Because that's not the back corner of anything. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move this one back down. I think the other one was misplaced. Okay. Another row down. I got a great army I can't beat. Is that a magical pile of clay with the harmonica? What's that gonna do? Oh, yeah. I still remember the first... So it's really funny. The first time I ever got harmonicaed, I had subbed into a game and I was playing Scaleria. And this was back when people thought Scaleria wasn't very good. And so I'd subbed into this game, and it was a pretty desperate kind of Scaleria position. It was nowhere near the kind of quality of, and I wasn't a very good player back then either. But it was nowhere near the quality of the Scaleria position that I thought, should be had by turn, 40 or 50 or wherever we were. Okay, down cup, up cup. Should be a down cup. And I was like marching stuff around. It was a somewhat desperate thing, and all of a sudden this golem lands on me, and it had the armor of virtue and the horror harmonica and all this other shit on it. I was like, God damn it. And I didn't even really notice. I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. I didn't even think it was a big deal. And it was like hitting me every turn. I think I was fighting Airmore or something. I don't even remember who it was. And it was hitting me every turn. I was like, oh man, this is really strong. And so I went and asked around on the forums and stuff. I was like, how do you kill such a thing? And people were like, oh, you can't. I was like, well, no, you can kill everything. How do you kill this thing? And they're like, no, not a way to kill it. I was like, okay, well, like, what about this? What about... Nope, you can't kill it. And then eventually, like the person in the game who was playing that position, like saw that I was asking around. He's like, "Yeah, there's a way to kill it, but I'm not going to tell you." Which is funny. There are ways to kill it, by the way. Um, if you're wondering, you can kit out thugs that can one-hit kill the golem. That's harder if the golem is enlarged. But I think it's even still possible if they're enlarged. It's a lot harder, though. The other way is you just wish for the horror harmonica. Or you can wish for, like, the armor of virtue if that's what they have. But yeah, so there's definitely ways to do it. Okay, we're going to do river on the left. I mean, on the right. So this will be a river. Okay, we only need one over here. That's going to make this a farm. I mean, a forest. This is also going to be a mountain. This is going to be a mountain pass. And that's going to make this a mountain province. This is not going to be a forest. This will be our farm. Will be large. This will be a road. And this will be a waste. Okay. Making progress. I'm hopeful that the longevity gym thing allows for more frequent use of medium stacks in the late game rather than doom stacks with all the temp gym items. Yeah, I think so. I think that'll help. I know that was one of the things, like especially TNG, they were like limited on was how many armies they could actually field gym gens for. So this will definitely help with like that sort of thing. Okay, so this should be an up cup. So let's start on the bottom. KB, welcome. You're saying that the single player Anti-Dogpile map was, or the Anti-Dogpile map was one of your favorite maps to do single player testing on. Mine too. I played it a ton in single player. I want to play it in multiplayer. I think it's less needed in Dominion 6 because you can do diplomacy. So that you're not fighting like a all-front war all the time. But I still think it would be good in Dominion 6. Just because you can like potentially make more interesting scenarios. Like you can be at war with more players at once, which is maybe more interesting than just being in a bunch of 1v1s. Yeah, so I think it could be fun. You could be like more aggressive. One of the things I've been doing is like fighting impossible AIs that are on Disciples teams while I'm a single player. That's pretty challenging, but perhaps this map will make it a bit more, like a bit less difficult doing that, or more manageable. So I don't know. I think it's like more different kind of scenarios that would be fun to play. But yeah, the big virtue of this, because really I think single player in my mind, I don't know what you guys think. I think it's so much better in Dominion 6. I think they're just massive improvements to the single player experience in Dominion 6. Like I've actually had a lot of fun playing it, and the AIs have frustrated me at times with like stomping me. But yeah, I think it's a massive improvement. So I don't actually think this is needed for Dominion 6, even though this might be nice to have. This needs to be our farm. Okay, go ahead and make this a road. I'd like to see more active doom stacks as well. A lot of the time, armies just hide in forts until there's enough gems to fund 3 to 4 fights so they can actually move onto an enemy fort. Yeah, that's true. Okay, what games do you play besides Dominions? I've been playing Slay the Spire a lot recently. Let's take a look. Slay the Spire. I got played this a little bit. It's kind of stupid, but it's when I just want to zone out. I played Pal World, but I think the game kind of, while it's like exploring and like going around the world is fun, it kind of sucks after you get far enough. Space Pirates and Zombies, I just tried playing this again. I played it for like an hour, but it's kind of fun to zone out again. Eodor, still one of the greats. I played Mech Bellum for a bit. That was fun. Sometimes I play RTSs. The only time I really enjoy playing RTSs though is if I can like put it on like ultra slow. I really hate the speed of RTSs. Like not being able to control all my units is kind of annoying. And I don't wish to be better at it. It's not like I wish. I've never played like watched professional RTS players who are like clicking at like 500 or 400 actions per minute and been like, "Oh, I wish I could do that." Looks like a horrible way to spend time. I think RTSs just are kind of poorly designed games. People are like, "Oh, it's so sad they died." I think they died for a reason. I think to bring RTSs back, you have to have like major innovation in how you actually structure a game. It's not a fun game to play. All right, we're doing a down-facing cup now. Make sure that's right. Down, up, down. Okay. Mountain. But I've actually not been playing a lot of video games lately. I'm actually making a game with my friend. I've been working on that some, and then trying to get back in shape, and like being outside and stuff. So I actually haven't been playing a lot of video games lately. Planes. Okay, this should be the farm. This should be the waste. And we'll go ahead and do the road here. And this should be the mountain pass. And this should be the river. Should also be. Okay, that makes this the forest. And that makes this the mountain. Okay, and we check on the thrones for this one. We didn't do the thrones for this one. So, yeah, these last ones, we have to be a little mindful of the thrones here. So, the question is, if we look at this, there's a throne in this pocket, but there's no throne yet in this pocket. So I'm going to go through and try to put the throne in this pocket. Oh, but this throne's in this pocket. But I don't want to put two thrones in this pocket. So let me make sure, yeah, this has a throne in it. That pocket has a throne in it. So pocket, this one, this one, this one, this one has one, this one has one. This one needs one, but it's got one here. This one's got one. It's like a big game of hide the throne. So if that one's got one, we don't need one here. That means I should put one here, but there's not one there. So I think this, basically I think we do this. I think this one needs to be a mountain. This throne needs to move right over here. And this throne needs to be right here. Like so. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. I liked RTS game. Oh, wait. Let me see. What do you think about Solarium Infernum remake? It was fun. It crashed on my PC a lot. I was gonna play it with like battle mode and Daz Tactic, and we were gonna put it up on YouTube, but it kept crashing on my computer all the time. I could never like get it to reliably play, and apparently it's not normal. You know, apparently a lot of people played it just fine. I was able to play it some. Like I've won a game in there, so I was able to like play it to completion. After I like changed a bunch of settings around, but it still wasn't terribly reliable. Oh wait, god damn it, I'm doing it the wrong way again. Okay. Just come back through and do this. But it was kind of fun. I think it's the kind of game where you could easily see, like, it has strong diplomacy vibes in that there's like a fixed deadline, the same way as like the diplomacy game has. Like by this turn, it's like whoever's ahead is going to win. You can win before then. And if everybody's conspiring against you, you're going to have a pretty tough go of it. There's a lot of ways to kind of like mess with people. I don't know enough to like be good at it. I mean, I was able to like win the game in single player, but that's not very hard. But yeah, it was cool. I think it's fun. I mean, I think it's the kind of the thing is with it. I think is it's the kind of game that that like you would play. You know, like it's not like Age of Wonders where it's the kind of game where you like own it, right? It's a kind of game where you'd play it, and as you actually understand the game itself, it actually gets more interesting. You know, it's like chess isn't like interesting to own. Chess isn't even that interesting to like play the first couple of times. Like it's a game that gets more interesting when you understand it. And I think Solarium Infernum is that way. The same way Dominions is that way. So that's kind of what I think about it. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Community memes mod made single player a ton better. Yeah, I think so too. Slay the Spire 2 on the way? Yep. Okay. It's odd how everyone used to love RTSs like Age of Wonders 2, Warcraft, StarCraft, and how no one enjoys it because they feel like they need to try hard. Yeah. I mean, I just think the game should be fun. Like, it shouldn't be that because it's not even just like tryharding, right? Like, if it was just tryharding, that would be one thing. You know, like, oh, I'm going to be super sweaty. But RTS games get less fun as the game goes on because the more resources you have to manage, the less, like, the more frantic you're going to become. You know, like, yeah, StarCraft's kind of easy when you only have, like, one squad to move around and you're not anywhere close to your supply cap. But once you've got, like, your full supply cap and production going and units, like, you're trying to manage stuff over this huge map, like, I mean, even if you're bad and not even trying to be that good, you know, it's still reasonably frantic. I mean, the solution then is you put everything in a single control group and you attack A across the map. I don't think that's terribly interesting. You know, that's not like, oh, this is like peak strategy gaming, you know? Now, where am I missing a throne? There's no... Wait, is there a throne in this pocket? There's no throne in the... Oh, there's a throne in this pocket. Okay, we're going to have to go through and do a throne inventory. Is there a throne in this pocket? There's a throne in this pocket. Okay, we're going to count thrones real quick. Because it's possible I have a double throne. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, so 6 in those two things. Now coming down to these. Just going to do right through here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. God damn it. Somehow I have too many. How is that? I should only have one per player. So this one gets one here. 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 That's 6. This one gets one here. That's 7. This one gets one here. That's 8. This one gets one here. That's 9. This one gets one here. That's 10. Maybe I double counted. This isn't all host up. Where this one shouldn't have one here. This whole thing's hosed up. This one should be here, right? Because I want one in this corner. Which means this also needs to be a mountain. And this should be normal. And this should not be a throne. Okay, so anyway, this gets one here. This one gets one here. Oh, there's another one here. That was a mistake. This one gets one here. This one gets one here. Wait, this one gets two? No, you don't get two. But that's good. We do need a throne here. Wait, but who puts a throne? I need a throne in this quadrant. Some weird math. Okay, let's go through and double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait, this is weird. Oh, wait, no, sorry. This is 9. Sorry, 9. But does this one not get a throne anywhere? I swear to God, I'm messing this up. Sorry, I'll read chat in a minute, but I'm barely capable of whatever it is I'm trying to do here. Okay, this guy clearly, we need to put a throne somewhere. Kind of thinking it should be down here. Kind of thinking that means we move this one. Like over here. Okay, and that fills in this. That was actually one of the things I needed. Okay, now this throne, it goes either here, so either this one isn't filled, this one's filled, or it goes in this corner, which is not filled. Okay, good. So I'm gonna actually get rid of this. There's no throne in this corner. And that's where this one's gonna go. So it's gonna go right here. We're gonna make a throne. We're gonna make a mountain pass. And I have finally, I can now read chat again. We have sorted through this mess, and we should have the right number of thrones. Okay, let me see. I was today days old when I learned Lucid had been on the Explore Minute podcast talking about dominions and whatnot, and that they also have an interview with the Illwinter devs. That's true. Does Cup 10 have a throne at all associated with it? Cup 10. Might be this one. I think it was missing. I think you caught it. Yeah. What kind of game are my friend and I making? How does the cheat sheet grid layout have the thrones compared to the maps right now? They're probably in the wrong spot. Maybe they're in the right spot, and I just fucked them up by messing with them at the beginning. Let me see. I'll turn off my screen. I'll see if I can show you guys like a clip. Yeah. Actually, I decided against that. I think I'm gonna do we're gonna do a proper release at some point, but it's gonna be like sort of like Dominions and survival games, I guess, is maybe a way to think about it. Like it's gonna be stages and levels and things. So like basically a way faster. Oh, whoops. a way faster way to play Dominions. Where, and let's see, how did these things... Yeah, so clearly it's a lot different than that thing, because this one had like a throne here and here, a throne here. Yeah, they're in all different spots. Okay, we have finished the first part, which is getting all of the cups into approximate formation. That's quite nice. Yeah. So part one done. What I want to do next is, we've got also the thrones in the right place. What I want to do is, I want to have some really high value contested provinces between. So we're going to need to do the terrain and make the terrain kind of random, but it's going to be kind of random and kind of not random. So each of these players has two neighbors. So like one neighbor is this way. This is like a connection. And the other neighbor is like kind of this way, right? And that would be actually with this player. So this player actually, was that right? Let me draw it up again. Yeah, this player neighbors the one above it and this one, which is what I thought by looking at it. Okay. So here we go. So yeah, it's kind of close to this one right here, and it's kind of close to this one right here. So what I'd like to do is to have some high value provinces. The 9th cup is missing a mountain pass. You are indeed correct. Oh, get a prize for this man. Thank you. So what I'd like to do is, we're going to have, I think, like, we're going to put some high value farms. We'll just go do these for all of them real quick. I think we're going to do a high value farm immediately out. Or not a high value, we'll just do a normal farm right here, and we'll do that on all these. Some of these are going to be a lot easier for, instead of me having to remember everything. We're just going to do each change one at a time. This will also be a farm. And that way I don't have to remember everything. This kind of is just going to evolve as we come up with ideas. And if you guys have ideas like, hey, we should do, you know, X, we can kind of do that. We're also going to need to think, and this is one of the things we need to think about probably right now, it probably will be the next change we do, is we're going to start putting some lakes in here. And I have some ideas. I'm kind of thinking this would be a Great Lake province. It's going to provide a ton of value. If you have sailing, you can sail around it. By the way, this is going to be the one that, this map is not going to be compatible with underwater nations, but amphibious nations should get some benefit out of it. They can cross through rivers, you know, other things. This is going to be a farm. Have I been going through and taking planes off? I have. Okay, good. And then this will be a farm. But yeah, I'm actually thinking we do lakes right in front of the opening, and that will give like some really good strategic sailing opportunities. And then we're gonna need a few more. I want to have maybe like 2 water provinces per player. I think that's pretty good. One of them will be like core. We might even have more. We might have 3 water provinces per player. I think we might need 3. And that will make it pretty impactful if you can control underwater stuff. Well. So some of them will be core. Others... much less so. Others will be in like the corridors. So we'll have to see how that actually plays out. This is also a farm. This is going to be a farm. Okay. Then Can caverns be underwater? Underwater cavern nations rise up. Yeah, that could be kind of cool. That's the other thing we're gonna have to add, is we're gonna have to add the cavern system. I'm gonna do that in a hot minute, but the cavern system is basically going to be a shortcut. It's going to be another way into the base. So it's going to be, if you want to attack them through the back, you're going to have to go through a cavern system. So what I'm imagining for the cavern system, just to get you guys thinking about it, is like, it might be there's a cavern. This is a cave entrance, and you would go like from here into here, back, and you could attack the farmland. Something like that. So it also means you could take your army, take the farmland, get the underwater, get the cave system, and then pop out here. Something like that. So it's a way, like it's another way maybe back into the core land. But we could also do it different. We could have it... I mean, we could have it where the cave comes out here. So it's another way to like... Or maybe it doesn't go all the way to the back. Maybe it's like from here to here to here. I don't know. We'll have to think about it. I think, yeah, maybe going to the back's a problem because it's a way to get 3v1'd. And that's kind of what we're trying to avoid. But it would make sense if it was another, like, important threat vector. So, like, maybe this is the cave entrance, and it goes to the mountains. And then you have, like, a 3-province. Like, maybe this whole thing's a cave. Yeah, so anyway, we can think about that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this we're gonna go ahead and make this a C. And we're also gonna make this a wealthy C. We're gonna make this a kelp forest. And we're gonna do that on basically all of these here. So taking this is gonna be pretty valuable. And it's also going to give a lot of importance to sailing, as we were discussing. Would be an interesting way to allow players to fight others they don't normally border. Yeah, I like that idea too. The challenge, so I think that's a good notion. I think the challenge though is we don't want it to open up, like I don't think I want to violate the cup shape with the thing, but we should think about how does it maybe allow like a different vector of attack, or a different vector. It allows other people maybe farther away to get into this contested space better. See, this is actually kind of interesting too, because it makes this farmland kind of hard to get at. This contested high-value farmland can be really hard to like control well if it's like across from this sea. So it's going to be an interesting puzzle for players to kind of figure out how they're going to manage that. Like you want to get here, but you can't go straight there unless you can sail. If you can sail, that's actually huge, because you could move here and sail over to the farmland. So yeah, that's actually, this makes sailing or flying. No, you can't fly over water. Yeah, that's pretty impactful. Okay, we've got that row done. Let's go ahead and do this one. C. I wish there's a way to like save this. If MapNuke crashes, I'm literally gonna cry. You know, y'all will see me crying on stream. Okay, so that's done. Now this one. That's me, not you. Okay, C. Okay, C. This will be a C. Okay, we're plugging our way along. I wonder if doing cave system is under the crossroads. Under the crossroads. Where are you thinking the crossroads is? The other thing that could be kind of interesting is if it connects past the lake. It could go past this lake here. But we have to, maybe we finish the underwater stuff. I think we do the underwater stuff. Like, we also could make this. Like, we could make one central province. We can make this a high gym income. See, I think it's the gorge. We'll make it a deep sea. Like this. This is one that has a lot of magic sites. We can do one central province in the gorge. This is going to make it a little bit choke pointy. But I think this makes it interesting. And maybe we keep these corridors pretty open. I don't really like sticking C's in corridors. But let's try that. It's going to be a little tricky to figure out where they all go in the seams of the map. But like here would be the location for this one. And this would be a deep sea reef. And then for this one, this would probably be here. A deep sea reef. Yeah, I don't think we're going to add more water than this. We're going to do this is going to be the last major water addition. I'm already feeling like looking at this, I'm already like, man, this water is super impactful because we're putting it in like really important strategic locations. This is what I was worried about. There's not a great location here to put an underwater system. It could go here. You can still go down this way, but not without going through a... This really does block this area off. I mean, you'd have to be able to swim to get past. I'm kind of opposed to putting this here. I think maybe this one just doesn't get a C here. I think that's better than putting it where it's going to actually like block expansion. Or like block army movement. I mean, you technically still can get through here if you can swim, but like a lot of things can't swim. Let me know what you think. So this would be an asymmetry in the map. Like this is, we're not gonna, maybe I'll make this a swamp for the time being, but I'll just do it normal for now. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do for something like that. For this corner, these corners are so hard to see. I think this would be it. Could also potentially be that one, the one right across from it. No. So yeah, it would have to be here. So we'll make this a C. A deep C. You can move that C 2 provinces north. This one, move it here. I feel like that's too much in front of this one guy. Gives him like a ton of water, and it also doesn't really congest this whole area. I mean, we could put it here, and then they can still get through here. Yeah, we'll put it here instead. Oh wait, but this should be a river. I think this might kind of break some of the Because normally you could go through here with the swimming. Yeah, I don't like this. Undo, undo. Okay, normal. Yeah, I don't think we're going to put those like that. Do a mountain pass here. Or mountain here. You could do asymmetric terrain with some other obstacles. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the start position, this is already a million times more balanced than like an Illwinter map. So these things don't have to, and you know, asymmetry, like when you just do a map nuke map, which is what everybody's been playing on, or, you know, in Dominions 5, there's a lot of asymmetries, and I'm not concerned with making it perfectly balanced, even though I sort of am doing that. But yeah, we'll just have to figure it out. Okay, so this one's going to get a Highland Reef Deep Sea. But some of these I think are just not going to have it. And this is a weird one because this also is going to be one. And I think this fits our criteria for being a good one. Oh, the only problem is it blocks this one a bit. This person's neighbors are this one, which is really heavily blocked by this lake. Yeah. Because this is supposed to be one of this guy's neighbors, right? And if I put this lake here, then it's not really a neighbor for a lot of nations. Make sure. Yeah. I think the ones we've put in don't really block wars. Like these guys are still kind of primary neighbors. I think we've done good so far. I'm not going to put them in where it really screws with things too much, but we'll maybe look to add a few more then. I think this one is also going to be, let me see what's on this side of it. Yeah, this one's also going to be one. Also put the river back on that location. Did I do that? I think I did. Is there any place I've still fucked up the rivers? I think I have them approximately where they should be. The corridor left of the throne. The corridor left of the throne. Maybe here? The corridor left of the throne? Yeah, I could maybe stick one here. Though... Yeah, I kind of... We'll have to make a decision. If we put rivers and corridors... That could be kind of weird. Or not rivers, lakes. I'll have to see. Okay, anyway, coming down to the next row. Got multiple locations here. These guys are hogging up all the good space. So you can put one here or here. I don't think I have a strong preference. I think we'll do it here because it's farther away from that lake. And we're going to do one... Yeah, there's another place that's all clustered together. There's not a good lake location here. Without jamming everything up. I feel like this is the tightest one we've looked at so far, even. Yeah, so we're going to pass on that one. And then here, we've got a good location. And this area, it's not looking like there's a good location. Let me check on it from this side. Like maybe here, this province, which would correspond to... Oh, this one. Yeah, I don't think there's a good one here. Because this one here, which just cuts across, I think this is actually, what is this? Wait, do I have 2 thrones in that one pocket? I swear to God, I thought we had fixed this. Oh no, there's 2 thrones in the pocket. Dear baby Jesus. Y'all don't want me to say this, but we're going to have to go back and look at thrones again. How the hell did that happen? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no thrones in this pocket. Well, shit. All right, so this needs to actually... We need to shift this to being the C. And this needs to go back to being in normal planes. And this needs to become a mountain. And this needs to be a throne. And this isn't a throne, because we had 2 in that pocket. So now there's 1 in this pocket. We fixed it. That was way easier than I thought. Whew. Okay. But still, it begs the question, can we put a lake in this area? And I think the answer is no. This is the one that pokes out over here. Right there. And there's just not room. Now that said, I think we might be able to stick one here. I don't think it's going to be, because it's kind of touching the back of this thing. It's not going to interrupt anybody's thing. I think we're going to put one here. Because this isn't really going to interrupt anybody's movement in a major way. So even though it's not central, even though you can't go around it in all sorts of ways, I think this is still fine. And there might be an opportunity we can do this on a few more places. Now I have to go look at these things. So like this also probably, this one probably should be a lake. Yeah. This one should be a lake. This pocket. Yeah, this one actually could be a lake too. With our new criteria. Okay, and this pocket here, not really a great opportunity. We could put one here. I think this is going to be our best bet. Just like so. And this next pocket here, could maybe put one where this throne is, but that's where the throne is, so it can't go there. We could put one here. I don't think that's going to limit anybody's war in a major way, but this could also be one. This actually looks like an ideal spot. Okay, so this is going to be the lake for this one. Let's see what you guys are saying. Save check? Oh, I wish I could save, man. I can't save. Maybe some swamps or partial rivers in the corridors to slow things down. Yeah, I'm okay with rivers and swamps. Yeah, swamps in the corridor may be good. We might do some roads in the corridor too. So we'll probably have some rivers, some roads. We might do some mountain passes in the corridors. We're definitely going to add some more forest to the map, and we might add a few more mountains. I don't know. Yeah, I think once we have these lakes in, I think we're going to be good on lakes, though. I think that's enough underwater for us. Oh, wait, no, this does need to be a mountain. God, I swear, looking at this, like, actual corner one is going to be impossible. Oh, but this one could be a... Yeah, that's it. Oh, this one could be it, too. Okay, I think we make this one the... This is going to be the lake in this corner. Okay, we've pretty much done it. Which of these don't we have a pocket in. This one we don't. But this one I actually can find a spot to do it here too. The only problem with this one is if I put it here, then it does shut down this main warpath. Yeah. I might do one here. And this will be the proxy for this area. It's really kind of out of place, but I think this is probably the best place to put it if we're just going to kind of keep the water area in each... The water in each area, you know, relatively the same. So we've got one in this region, got one here, got one here, here. None here. Maybe there's a spot. This is okay to put it. It is going to block passage through here, but this isn't really a highway anybody has to go through for one of their early first wars. So I think that's going to make this okay. Is Nuke's Atomic Atlas going to be the successor? I'm not really clear on what it is. Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is too. I just know it's much more like node-based and less grid-based. So I think you could like put the nodes wherever you want. They don't need to be like arranged on a grid. So you could have like a circle and it would figure something out. I think that's kind of the main difference, but I don't really know. Kind of hungry for a variant of this map with a few drowned underwater cups or underwater with caverns. To thrown with a few drowned cups underwater with caverns to thrown adjacent lakes. Probably unbalanced, but I love the mental image of it. Yeah, like make a cup somewhere. I could see that being a thing. The problem is to do it, somebody would have to basically come back and do what I'm doing now, which is going to take a lot of time. Because I can't say, it would be cool if like I could save the like this file like as it is in MapNuke. But the thing is, once I hit this button, which I shouldn't even put my mouse near, it's all gone. You know, like there's nothing I can do to share it or save it with you guys. Like I can't share this file with you where you could open it up in Unity. Well, or I don't really have Unity open, but you know what I mean. Okay, so those are done. I think what we're going to do now, I want to get more of the infrastructure now. I think we're pretty much done with water. I think it's time we do the caves. And then after that, we'll go through and do like the kind of cosmetic stuff of putting some more terrain in different parts of the columns or like the corridors. Okay, so how should we do it? The things that I'm pretty sure about is the entrance for the cave, I think should be here. I think this should be the entrance, this thing right in front of the lake. And I am pretty sure it should be 3 provinces long. But I could be maybe talked into it being 4. I think 3 is a lot because we're now doing 3 caves per player. That's kind of a lot. So I think it could either go across the lake to the farm, and that could be standard. It could also go reliably to the mountainside or reliably to the riverside. It could also go along... I don't like the problem. Okay, could also go both, but then it would be much bigger. Like you could have there could be a cave connecting boom, 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 like all the way across. So the problem there is it's 5, and that's a lot of cave on this map. Yeah, that's a lot of cave. 5 might be too much. I mean, this is a pretty big map. It's got one, it's basically 5. It's 25 provinces per player. If we added 5 cave provinces, it would be 30 provinces per player. That's a really big map. And it'd be, 25% cave. I mean, that's sort of in line with what the Dominions, like with Illwinter maps. They're pretty high cave percentage. In some ways, I feel like that's kind of the most interesting configuration, is just having a cave marching along here with an opening here, here, and here. Could also be like this. Like U, but I'm not sure if that always works. Does that always work? It's pretty much always a U. Yeah, we could U it out. Yeah, you can always do something pretty close. Like this one doesn't have a clean U. So, okay, we found one that doesn't U, but it's pretty close. Updating the old Anti-Dogpile map. Yeah, more of an update. More than an update. It's more like a complete reimagining. But with the same purpose in mind. From entrance to a province between the throne and the gorge. The entrance to a province between the throne and the gorge. I'm not sure what you mean here. I'm kind of inclined to do something close to a U. I think 5 provinces as close as we can get to a U is maybe the more interesting. What's the value of doing straight line versus U? Straight line makes it easier for people to skip. This is more... I think it's maybe better... Or what about this? What if it was, instead of a U, what if it was like boom, boom. What if everybody has one side where it actually goes back here? Rather than here. So it's like this to here. This one would be like here to here, like that. Now that would kind of suck, because that means this guy can like beeline over this way. Yeah, I don't like that. I like the idea of caves increasing the traversal options between neighboring cups, giving more maneuvering options. Caves should help logistics in the second war. Okay, so first war is with these guys. Okay, yeah, so maybe caves go... Okay, well, what was the one that wasn't working? This one. So cave would have to go here, like here. The problem is I don't want it going here. That kind of sucks. Going like, if the cave system went like this, and you could go to this guy's farm, I feel like that kind of sucks. Furthermore, it opens up like a major warfront between these two. You can go into a cave here, go down through the cave, and pop up in this guy's cap circle. Seems a little rough. You could alternatively... So there's no quick way to get to this province. And that province... Yeah, that province would be okay. Is the map intended to support cave starts for cave nations? Or just put a cave nation above ground in a cup? Yeah, the cave nations would be above ground in a cup. Does not support underground cave nations. I mean, you could make a variant where there's an underground cup. I mean, honestly, while it's going to take me a while, you know, we're at... How long are we at for this? I don't know. We've been... What does it say we're at? 2 hours now? I don't know. You could probably... I think it's about a 4-hour endeavor for somebody to do this. So somebody could take 4 hours of their day and make another map. And do like a cave layer for some of these. Okay. So we just have to pick something here. Let's just start going with it. One thing I'm pretty sure is this is going to be an entrance. So we're going to do the entrance, has cave layer entrance, and we're going to start off by putting it in a cave forest. Like so. I think the simplest way... I think that here's going to be the rule. If there is a safe province we can connect it to that is behind, we're going to do one of the safe logistics connections like this. So that means this is also going to be a cave province. Does not have... which one was this? This was cave forest. We're going to have this one just be a normal cave. Not an entrance. And it's going to connect to this one, which is a cave and an entrance. And this one's going to be a crystal one. In this case, and then we're only doing one of those. So each one will have one, trying to find a safe, quote unquote. Safe means I'm not fucking up somebody else's thing here. Like that guy had a farm. We're not going to go trace a cave to that farm. So anyway, so we're going to do like that. And then we're also going to have it go north. So straight up. So this one's going to be, has a cave. This is going to be a normal cave. This one's going to be, has a cave and is an entrance. And we're going to make this one a drip cave. Like so. Okay, so this is going to be the prototype for all the caves. If anybody has objections, I want to hear them now. All right, so cave entrance here, going through, cave entrance here, going through, cave entrance here. You can kind of tell as you're looking at it, this is the graphic for like a cave. If it's got like this arrow thing, it means it's an entrance. So this one's got a little arrow here. So you can read it. Okay. That means this one is going to go, has cave province. That we said we'd start in a forest. It's going to go straight down here. Straight down here, cave. And this is going to be cave entrance and drip. This is going to be... And yeah, and in this case, we can't cut back. Like, I can't give logistics to get back to this province, which is where I'd kind of like to get to without making the cave system bigger. And I'm not going to make the cave system bigger, so this is just going to be a cave layer province. And this is going to be cave entrance. And we'll do crystal cave here. One drip, one crystal, one forest. Okay. Scooting along. We do have a safe province for this one to go to. This is going to be the forest one. One thing I need to make sure to do is when I export this, before I close it, I need to open it up in Dominions and see if it works. Especially the cave system. Because, like, I don't know, like, do I need to have cave checked and cave forest? You know, who knows? It probably doesn't hurt. What happens? Does it get rid of it? Oh, no, it gets rid of it. Okay, good. Okay, so this is going to be cave entrance and crystal. And coming back, yeah, okay, it gets rid of the normal cave. Okay. And then that means this one comes straight up. So this is just a cave. This is a cave entrance. And I think this is going to be drip because the other one's crystal. Oh, sorry. Entrance as well. Just like so. So this is going to have a pretty sizable cave percentage. Just wanted to hop on here. Can't really stay. How done are you with the tournament series in percent? We are, without spoilers, we are well past 90% done. We are well past 90% done. I recorded some with Sai last night, which was fun. We still haven't finished the recording, but we're pretty close. Okay. Down here, so this is going to be a cave entrance, forest. And let's see if this is a safe province for us to go to. This is. Won't fuck up anybody's thing. So we're going to go bada bing, bada boom. And then bada bing. Wait, did I do that wrong? Bada bing and then bada boom. That's crystal. What is this? That's a drip. Okay, we got one crystal, one drip, one forest. Excellent. All right, next up, let's see if we can keep going. I can see this is a little tedious. I'm in a game where the game added another cave layer, even though one already existed. Yeah, that's fun. You can put a thing in the map file, which is what I'm gonna have to remember to do to this one, that says like don't spawn. It makes it so there's not even an option for like the Illwinter cave to generate. So that's probably what we'll be doing. All right, cave entrance. Yeah, cave. This can be a forest. Okay, apply. We have an option to go over here. See if there's another thing to go that way. Safe as well. Okay, I think we're gonna go this way actually. Oh, sorry, this shouldn't be an entrance, that's just a cave. This should be a cave entrance. We'll make this a drip. And we're gonna make this a cave. And we're gonna make this a crystal cave. Just like so. And then this one, cave entrance, forest. This is a safe place to go, so we're going to go send this cave system this way. The scary thing is there's still a decent chance that like somehow in the export and all this thing that it fucks up and doesn't work. This kind of happened to me the last time I made one of these. But Nuke's has done a fair number of bug fixes and stuff since then, so I'm hopeful. But yeah, if it doesn't work or it crashes or something, I am gonna cry now. We've put too much into it. Drip, crystal, forest. Okay, this one's done. Excellent. Okay, this one we're gonna go cave entrance, forest. And that's going to go, let's send that down here. Or yeah, this one's gonna have to be just a normal cave. Drip. And that means we're gonna have to go back this way. We'll go over this way. We'll do cave. And we'll do cave entrance, crystal. Like so. Yeah, I didn't start watching till it's finished because with how much is going, how much is going to be there, I will get lost if I watch it over a long time. Yeah, that's true. It's nice to be able to kind of watch it in a go. Okay, we're almost done with this row. Cave entrance, forest, apply. let's do... Did these guys... I think that went outward. I think we'll do this one. This one could go either way. I think we're going to send this one back this way. Has cave layer province, cave entrance, crystal. Has cave layer. And then this is going to be an entrance with a drip. We are slowly getting there. The nice thing is once we're done with this, we're really down to some... It's just going to be some more or less mindless clicking. It's going to be trying to make the map feel a little bit more random with putting terrain in. We'll be done with most of the hard decisions. So, all right, here we go. Cave entrance, forest, fly. This would be a fucked up one, so this one definitely has to go north. Cave province. This will be cave entrance, drip. This will be going this way. Cave province, cave entrance. Just like so. This one, let's see. Cave entrance. We can go, this one has to go across. So cave layer. This will be an entrance and drip. And then this will be cave layer, cave entrance. This will be crystal. Okay, and then here we've got it. Cave entrance, forest. This one has to go across, so cave, cave entrance. Is that right? Oh, drip. I mean, this needs to be crystal. Okay. We are making progress. Very quickly, this is getting done. So this cave entrance, forest, and cave. And this will be a cave drip. And we can zoom back this way as a cave province. Oh, wait, whoops. That's not an entrance. Cave province, and then this is going to be a cave crystal. Interestingly, these two are kind of connected. I don't think I could have done this differently. Oh no, this one actually could go down, but then it would be connected. These two are connected too. Oh, that's fine. I think that's going to be like interesting variations where cave systems are near each other. You could like jump through and get to the next cave system. I think that's kind of cool. They're not really, it's not really like teleporting. You're still like just going, you know, to like go from here, like to come through here and go through the cave system and come up here is more moves because you have to spend a turn going underground and then spend another turn coming up. So it's not like these are really teleports. They're more just like other attack avenues. Okay. Cave. So, okay, now we're done with that one. Let's do this one. Cave entrance forest. And then this one has to go across. Drip. And this will be crystal. Okay, we're done with the cave project. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Good to see you're updating this map. I played a game with the old version of it and definitely felt like it had way too many single tile choke points. Also, the old layout kind of incentivized 2v2s. Yeah, I think this one's going to be a lot more diplomatically flexible, and I don't think this map is going to necessarily incentivize 1v1s. I think there will still be 2v1s, but I think the thing is it's going to be very hard to have a significant 3v1, at least for your first war. You can, certainly, but like really only 2 people at max are going to be able to try to take your core 9 area or 3x3 area. There's really no way 3 people can fight you. Now, 2 people can fight you, and maybe somebody picks off some land that you couldn't defend or something where you overexpanded. But yeah, This is going to be, I think, a lot more diplomatically flexible than the other one. And the other one kind of had these like corridors where it was really hard for you to influence outside of the corridors. That was another thing we tried to change in this, was that if you can look at this, there are corridors, but there's not like a corridor where it's like, oh, I'm in this corridor, I can't influence another one. You really can influence everybody sort of near you. So if somebody starts running away with the game, you can still coalition them easier than the other map to bring them down. Okay, so we've got most all of the structural things done in the map. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, almost all the structural things. Let's go through and do, maybe it's faster instead of going through for this part and doing like one thing at a time. I think we're going to do kind of all the things at once. So we're just going to mix up some of the tiles. We're going to put some like swamps around here. What happens if I do swamp and plains, does it remember that? Or do I have to come back and... Okay, good. I don't have to unclick. I think I've been unclicking plains too much. So we'll do like a swamp. We'll do a forest. We're just... Wait, whoops. We're just going to mix up some of the terrain here. Maybe we'll do a highland. And then we're going to do... Each of these are going to have at least 2 roads through them to help speed up some of the passage. And exactly where I put them will be somewhat random. We're going to do another swamp here. And then I also want to add at least another farm somewhere. I'm going to do another large farm somewhere in the contested region. I think I'm going to do this here. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do some of this here. We're going to do a road going... Oh, wait, no, this is somebody else's. That's not a true corridor. This is somebody's little exit point down there. So it's important I know what's a corridor and what's not. Like this also is not a corridor, because this is facing somebody's thing over here. So it's important I know all those things. Yeah, there's actually only one corridor adjacent to this guy, and it's right here. But we can still mix up some of the locations around here. We'll make that a forest. We'll make this... this is a corridor, by the way. So we can go ahead and on this one, we're going to go ahead and do a... Okay, hang tight, Lucid. Let's... Oh, yeah. Okay, wait. Is this... This is a corridor. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's do road... and then road. And let's make this a highland, or make this a mountain. And we'll make this a highland. These kind of adjacent. We'll make this a swamp. Let's make this a... let's do... add another wasteland over here. Bunch of provinces. This is starting to look more random. Starting to get a little bit of zhuzh, a little bit of fanciness. Let's go ahead and make this a forest. And then coming down, I'm gonna try to get everything in this row right here and above as I do this left to right pass. I think we probably need one more thing here. Let's go ahead and make this a swamp. Oh no, it's a swamp leaving. I don't want to do a swamp right in their exit. I do want to be a little mindful of the areas directly in front of these places. Maybe we'll do a swamp. There's already a swamp right there. We'll do a swamp here. Just like so. Then we'll do a forest maybe over here. And then we're going to do this is a corridor, so we're going to go ahead and put some roads in here. We're going to do maybe a road from... this definitely needs to be a road. And then that really only gives us one option. This is going to be a straight road right across. And let's go ahead and make this a mountain. And let's make this a highlands. And let's add a forest somewhere, like right here. Here we go. Do the checkboxes just determine what can show up in a spot? Do the checkboxes just determine what can show up in a spot? Can you elaborate? I'm not sure what you mean. I think that's actually an okay amount of normal stuff. Might need a little bit more. This throne should probably be something interesting. Let's make this throne a farm throne, I feel like. That's another thing. I need to be a little bit, we made, I think I don't know. We might need a couple more farms sprinkled in. Farms in contested areas. That will be fun. We'll do a farm maybe right here as well. This seems fine. Okay, we're going to do a forest here. We're going to make this throne on a farm. Just like so. For the province terrain selection, if you have plains and swamps checked, is it possible for either a plains or swamp to be generated? No. Some things you can have multiple tags, like you can have a forest mountain. I think there might even be special graphics for it, but you can do like a forest mountain. I know Illwinter will do special graphics. It looks like Mapnik's just going to pick one, but yeah, certainly in the game you can have multiple tags. The plains tag goes away if you have anything else selected, but most other things can be mixed and matched. So, yeah. Okay, let's do a swamp. Let's make this a highland. Let's make this a highland, or we'll make this a mountain. Okay. This also is not a corridor, so it doesn't get roads. This is a corridor, so it gets roads, but I'll come back and do that in a minute. This is a corridor above, so we're going to go ahead and do roads for this. So it's going to do a road here. Wait, and the road comes up this way, and then we're going to have the road shoot across here. And we're just going to go decorate our side of this. We're going to put a swamp here. Everybody loves swamps. And then we're going to do a forest here. We'll do a farm here. Make it a large farm. And then we'll leave that normal. Let's make this throne a forest as well. Lots of forests on this map. Very good. I feel like we need a waste in this region as well. There's not really quite enough wastes over here. Let's go ahead and make this a waste. That looks good to me. Okay, and then this area seems okay. Yeah, I think this is good. The other thing, generally the more resistant maps are to coalitions, the more aggressive metas it's gonna favor, and this will be more open to coalitions than the last anti-dogpile map, but it's still going to be resistant to them. So something to think about when you're playing it. And I know there's communities that really dislike diplomacy, and they say it's bad, and I certainly understand that, because it can be frustrating when you're the target of diplomacy, or you're trying to run away with the game and people are not letting you. But these types of maps will probably be preferred by those kinds of people. Since it will favor, if you're very, very good at fighting, it's going to be much easier for you to just be like, I'll fight whoever I want. Come what may diplomatically. Okay, we do need to put some things here. Let's do a forest. Am I going into a swamp? No, this one shouldn't be a swamp because there's a... I want to be careful doing like ultra low population provinces where there's going to be supply issues. If it's a choke point, you have to go through. Make this a farm. Okay. This is another corridor, by the way. So let's actually make this one a little more interesting. We'll do a river here. Not a river, I'm sorry, a road here. And a road here. And let's do a forest. And let's make this a... actually, this should probably... We'll make this a waste. And let's make this a forest. And let's make this a mountain. Or a highland. We'll do that. And then... I wish there was an in-game message log for Dominion so you could do diplomacy only through the in-game message system. Artificially slowing Diplo to a single message a turn would be fun for me. There is an in-game message log. Oh, you mean so you could see old messages? Yeah, you just have to back up your turns. It would be cool if Dominions automatically backed up your turns and you could like go back and look at them and it automatically archived it. If for nothing else than just keeping your messages archived. I think that would be a super cool feature. Yeah, that would be something. It's probably actually reasonably simple for Dominions to do, you know? Like, you just, like, I don't know. There's some UI stuff they'd have to do, but in terms of features, it's probably a pretty simple one. The only thing is it would tend to probably, like, for single player, it would basically be like a load save feature. Like, I'm imagining, like, Battle for Westnoth kind of interface. And Illwinter doesn't love that. I need to go back and we're going to add rivers and stuff later because I want to have more rivers in here than we currently have. But we'll do that, I think, later because I'm going to have to go back and do it for everything. Are we doing this? Yeah, let's go ahead and just do this part as well. This is a corridor, so let's do road. And let's do a swamp here. And let's do a forest here. Archive turns would be such a time saver. Yeah, that would be really nice. I mean, it's something I do manually for pretty much every game I'm in, even if I'm not recording it. Let's make this a wasteland. And let's make this a mountain. We'll do this one as a highland, actually. Feel pretty good about that. Let's spice this area up too. Let's give this a highland, a mountain here, and I think this should be a forest. I think this should be a forest too. There's not enough green in this part of the map, and actually this one should be a farm. No, this should be a forest. We do need a farm somewhere over here. I think we're gonna make this a farm. I think part of the reason they don't do it is like the archive turns, especially if you could like load them in single player. People would like it, you know? They should maybe have an option where the turns are archived and you can look at them, but you can't play old save turns. It's like an iron mode or something. Problem is you just go do save files. I don't know. I don't know how they would actually do it, but I think Illwinter likes the idea of their game being kind of like a roguelike where people aren't save scumming all the time. Like save scumming is annoying to do in single player. If they make it easy, like people would do it a lot more. Which I can understand wanting to design your game to make that difficult to do. Okay, we're going to come back and do the stuff south of here in a minute. This is another corridor, so we're going to go ahead and do a road system. And it's possible I miss a corridor. And in fact, it's likely that I miss a corridor. Something to keep in mind here. Okay, let's go ahead and do a swamp here. And let's go ahead and do a wasteland here. And let's go ahead and do a highland here. Okay. We've got some kind of interesting movement possibilities. I think the throne, let's also turn the throne, we'll make the throne just a large province. And we'll make this one, I think, a forest. Yeah, this feels good. That's about enough normal plains. Over here, let's go ahead and make this a mountain. Let's make the throne a large farm. And let's make, we do have another corridor, so let's go ahead and do this. A road. Let's do a forest and a mountain. And let's do a highlands here. Okay. This looks nice. I feel like this should be... Got one too many... This should be a swamp. We're going to make this a swamp here. Just a little too pretty looking over here. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. I think we're going to go ahead and make this a big farm. And I think we're going to make a road system come through here. And we're going to make this a forest or highland. We're going to make this a forest. We're going to make this a swamp. And we're going to make this a waste. Okay. We're getting some really interesting... I think this is really interesting. I'm pretty happy with how the map's coming out so far. Is this a corridor? This is also a corridor. I don't... Okay, I have a road going on the other side, so I just have to decorate this side. Let's just make this a... I don't know how many farms are... Oh, we do have a farm. Let's make this a mountain. We have a forest, another mountain. Let's make this a swamp. Oh, we'll make a waste, actually. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is looking good. We've got the top half of the map decorated. They should do the EU4 approach. Iron Man mode and normal mode. Iron Man still backs up turns, but you can only play the most recent turn. Rest of them are view only normal mode. You can save scum. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would make sense. Make sure, do I have roads everywhere? I think I do. Just going back and checking things. When you're doing things 16 times, it's easy to forget to do it once. And when you do it once, people are like, ah! The problem is it's hard to fix. Once I close this thing, it's really hard to fix anything. Okay, so we did here. I now need to do like this and down. So let's get after it. I'll make this a forest. We'll make... I think we'll make this a mountain. We'll make... I'm just going to go through and just do this part. We'll make this a forest here. And we'll make this a highland. So this is where we're adding in some variability. The map is not exactly the same. Not all the start positions are the same, but they do have a fair amount of similarities. All right, this thing, we're going to make this a big, valuable forest farm throne. Just like so. We're going to make this a nice, beautiful forest. We're going to make this a nice, beautiful highlands. And this might be a, oh no, this shouldn't be a waste. I do want to put a waste in here somewhere. But this kind of is too choke pointy for me to make it a waste. We'll make a waste maybe down here. I'll go ahead and do it. Let's make this a waste. And we'll make this a forest. And we'll make this. So this whole area, I think this is kind of okay. This should be something different. We'll make this a highlands. Highland, I believe, are the ones that don't get the movement penalty, but mountains do. Or maybe I'm getting it backwards. I always forget. Safe scumming in single player is single player thing, doesn't matter. Also helps new players learn the game. They aren't punished by screw ups. Frankly, just call it learning mode. Game needs to be easier to take up. Yeah, that's fair. I think it would be a good feature to add. But I'm just saying I understand the, why a developer might not want to put it in. Do I have a road on that side? I don't need one. I can't put one. That's not a corridor. Okay. A road. Do a straight road system here. Let's go ahead and put a farm somewhere. We'll do a nice big one. And then let's do some obstructing things over here. We'll make this a swamp. That's the other thing. We don't have enough swamps in this area. Let's go ahead and make this a wasteland, actually. No, we have. Oh, no. We've got a low population thing going on. We'll break that up. I don't know if there's 3 forests connected. Okay, this is going to be a mountain. And we're going to make one of these a weird terrain type. Let's do a highland here. Okay. Well, that seems fine. Okay, let's make this a forest. Let's make this a farm. Big old farm. And let's make this... What are we doing? I feel like this should be a highland. Let's see if we can get some wastes over here. Let's make this a waste. Okay, and then here we have another corridor, so let's go ahead and do the movement. We got a road going into another road. We're going to put the farmland, in this case, right in the middle. Big valuable farm. Looks like this is, we're gonna make this a highland. We're gonna make this a farm, or a forest. We're gonna make this a mountain. Or no, let's make this a swamp. And it's fine. We can make, no, I don't want to make that a waste. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think that's okay. Let's see what else. I mean, this looks pretty good. Okay, now we just have these things to do. Now these are all going to be corridors. Let's go ahead and do the middle one. So it's going to be a road going to this other side where it's going to come down. Let's make this one the farm. Make this a forest. And we'll make this a... We'll leave that one normal. And we'll come over on this other side and we'll make this a highland. We'll make this a wasteland, actually. That seems kind of interesting. And we'll make this a mountain. Okay, here, let's do the road again. Road. We're going to come back and add rivers. That's one thing I haven't done yet that probably needs to be done. We're going to make this one a contested farmland again, as we often do. A lot of times we're putting the farmland right here in the crook. Not always. Forest. We'll do a highland here. Yeah, something like that. This looks good. Another road. And another road here. Oh, we'll have this one double back. It'll be a little different looking. Let's put the farmland here, not in the road system. And let's make this a highland. Let's make this a... we'll have this one be kind of weird. This one will be a waste. The road system goes through a waste. This will be maybe like a forest. And let's do another forest down here. This will be a high foresty area. Potentially, do I have a road system? We've already got a road system here, but I do need to tidy this area up. We'll go back and do that. Road. We're almost done with the roads. I think this is the last one. And let's go ahead and we'll repeat the big farm thing here. We'll make this one a forest. Make this one a mountain. And we'll make this one another forest. Or no, we'll make this one... No, I don't want to make that a swamp. We'll make that a forest. This one I think we might actually do a swamp. Just like so. Okay. This... What is this area? This area could be something. Let's add a forest here. Let's add a forest here. Okay. And then we're just going to spice some of this area up. We'll do a forest. Let's do a highland here. And most of these things don't need to be... Let's make this a farm. Just a normal farm, not a large one. Let's make this a large normal province, because I'm feeling like it. And... Okay, this is going to be a forest. This is going to be a mountain. We're going to make the throne a farmland again, as we're often to do. And I think we're getting close to being done. In fact, we're still making mini Mordors. We're very close. We're pretty much done. And this is starting to look like a real map. There's a variety and randomness. Like, you don't look at it and see the same exact pattern, even though there's a ton of it that's the same. So I think we've got the thing where all the start positions feel a little different. They're all a little different, you know, with like the random terrain around them. But there's a lot of core features on them that, like, structurally, things are very similar. Even though even the structural things are like, you know, like these lakes, exactly where they are is different and how all the connections work out. But structurally, they're so similar. There are some areas my eye is drawn to that are begging me for a little bit. Like here, we probably put something there. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. I think this is pretty good. Okay, so I think we're pretty much done with that. The only thing I want to go back and do now is that we're going to come in the corridors, and we're going to do some rivers. So we're going to do some river connections here, just like this. So I'm going to try to add 2 random river connections to every corridor. I'm just going to come through here where I see them. We're going to do horizontal ones first. Do a river. Yeah, and this will... Well, I'm not sure if I like that. We'll do a bridged river here. It's already kind of choke pointing. I don't know. We'll do it. Okay, there we go. Next one. Okay, that's it. We're going to go do some of these border ones in a minute. Let's see. This is going to be a river here, just like so. This one will be a river here, and a river here. This one is done. So coming down, we're going to do a river here. And we'll do a river here. This one, we'll do a river here. We'll do a river here. Little bits of variation to make this play differently. We're still keeping wherever I put the road, I'm not obstructing that. So there's always going to be at least one fast way through. But, you know, it might be. So it'll be interesting. Like if you're moving an army through, you're probably still going to go through the road network. But there's still raiding and stuff. And if you have the right kind of mobility, you can, you know, pass rivers. Mobility is going to be more important on this map, like flying, but also survivals. That was the case in the first mountain arena too. Okay, so we've done all those. Let's do the vertical ones, the vertical corridors. So, and then we're going to do the ones on the map edges, because those are always annoying to do. So, okay, this is going to be a river. We'll make a river here. I don't want to cut the farm off from anywhere in particular, but we'll do it just like that. And then here, this will be, I don't mind cutting a wasteland off. Can make this kind of interesting. And a lot of these geography can determine wars. Like you might not, if you're down here and you have to fight up this way, having to fight through a single choke point here might be like, I'll pick a different thing. So like little things like this, like me putting this river system in here, might determine the whole course of a game. It might determine what war somebody does next. So yeah, it's kind of interesting thinking about that. And did I do, yeah, okay. Then coming down, did I do these? These aren't, yeah, because they're not going to have any in that vertical realm. So here we'll need some vertical ones. So let's do river. This will have like weird little parallel rivers. This one will have a river here and a river here, like fully blocking off this farmland. So it truly is like a little place you can only get to from one direction. Here we'll do a river and a river. And now it's time to do these janky things on the side. This is going to be a river. This will be a river. This will be a... Wait, no, this might be... Yeah, somebody's facing this, so this isn't a corridor. This is a corridor, though. So we'll do a river here. And we'll do a river here. I can click on it. If I can just click. Can I not? It actually is not letting me click that. Oh, wait, no, I was doing the wrong button. Okay. That's how you know my mind's starting to go. Okay. I think we've done all the corridors over there. So corridors on the top. I think this is a corridor, so we're going to make this a river. And we'll make this a river. And this is not a corridor. This one should be. Check, yeah. Okay, so we're going to make this a river. We're going to make this a river. Okay. Interesting. Okay, and then we've done that. I've done the bottom now. Which ones are corridors? I think I'm pretty much done. Did I do all these? Yeah, I mean, there's a river here. Did I have 2 on this side? Yeah. So I've done those. I think we're done with the rivers. The only thing, we can maybe add some mountain passes too. The bane of every random map generator ever. Yeah, no kidding. You can force province names on maps, right? Got to make new Patreon tier that gets throne provinces named after you. Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good reminder. I'll go. I'll put the Pantocrators in each of the throne provinces. That'll be fun. I need to remember to do that. But we're getting close to 3 hours, so I think I'm gonna. We're about done. The way we're gonna cap this session off is we're gonna save it. And we're gonna make sure. God, I don't want to click that button. Woo! Got chills through my spine just hovering my mouse over it. Delete all my good work. Well, good is questionable. Okay. Toggle hide settings. Export math files is the thing I need to click. I need to make sure I don't fuck up and click anything. Is there anything I missed? Okay, we can do some mountain passes maybe. I feel like we're a little short on mountain passes. We're going to do 1 mountain pass per center area. I'll start over here. All these things we're doing just fuck up movement more. But it's going to make the game more interesting. Like, it makes it where things are more tactical. And mobility stuff is just one more element you have to think about. It also makes moves a little bit more predictable. Even though there's more fronts, the moves are a little bit more predictable between armies. So you can potentially take fights easier. I think... Yeah, we're going to go ahead and make this one a mountain pass too. It's going to be the one for that region. Okay, next row down here, we're going to do a mountain pass here. We're going to do a mountain pass. This is somebody's main area. This is going to be a hard one to put a mountain pass in. We'll do a mountain pass here. A little bit of a weird spot, but that's all we're going to manage. I just want to make sure there's enough reason to take mountain survival and have it be a viable thing. We're going to make this a mountain pass. And then... Oh God, what do I do about this region? Oh, this could be a mountain pass. There we go. And coming down one... to deal with that on the other side. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's make this a mountain pass. Oh, that's cool. You can actually see it on this side all the way through. Huh. Okay, coming back. So right here, we're going to make this a mountain... Man, talk about a hard place to get through. Mountain pass into a wasteland. Maybe there's a better spot. It's going to block off this guy's core area. I'm trying to keep these mountain passes a little bit away from people's like exit region. As much as I can anyway. Mountain pass. I think this is an okay place to put a mountain pass. We'll put one there. Okay, and then I just have to make sure we do this area at the top, which, quite frankly, I think there's a lot of decent options. This could be a mountain pass. This can probably be a mountain pass. This could... Not that. This could probably be a mountain pass. And this could be a mountain pass. Okay, we've got that corner done already. Oh my god, guys, I think we're about done. Should make 2 versions of this, a normal one and one without rivers, so Eliom can take over. Yeah, poor vampires. Um, okay, looks a bit odd when there is a pass in between planes. Yeah, that's probably true. Where do I have some of those? That could happen. You know, you have foothills or something pop up. The one thing I need to make sure, these impassable mountains aren't adding mountain tags. Oh no, because it's when it, that's the other thing. If you have that's one of the things I did in the map settings, is that if it like pre-generates things, like a lot of times where it puts mountain passes, it'll like put mountain tags on either side, or I don't know. There was just so much other work I had to do before, so I tried to do this. Oh my god, look at that, guys. It's beautiful. All right, make very sure not to click anything else. So, we're going to call this Pantocrators. Well, I think I'm spelling it wrong. I think it's Pantocrator with a K. Let me check. Almighty. It's with a C. Okay, here we go. Pantocrators. We're not going to do Pantocrators. Special symbols. We'll call it Pantocrators. What? Pantocrators. Chalice was what I called the other one, but I think I might have put that on Steam. I don't want to reuse that name. Let's do it. Pantocrators. Arena Duel. What are you guys saying we should call it? Pantocrators. What? Pantocrators. Port was Chalice. Could be. What are synonyms for Chalice? Cups. Bowls, cups. Gorgeous map design so far. Let's say Pantocrators. Arena. I don't really want to call it an arena. Pantocrators. Bastion. Pantocrators Bastion. Or how about Bastion of the Pantocrators? Bastion of the Pantocrator. Here we go. Bastion of the Pantocrator. Now it's going to export this thing and hope, please, dear God, do not crash. I pray to Nuke on high. Do not crash. Do not crash. Please don't crash. Please. Please. Do not crash. Please. Okay, here we go. Pantocrator with a K. I just looked it up. I did Pantocrator with a K on Google, and it came back with the C. Maybe Dominions does it with a K. Yeah, I don't know. Dominions might do it with a C. Panto Creator T-set. Only important if I'm releasing with that. Yeah, I mean, we can go back and change it. That's not a problem. So what it's doing now, for those of you uninitiated, it's going and it's making a version of the map with all the different terrain types. And that way, when terrain changes, you'll actually see it on the map. Like, you know, things turn to forest or whatever. It'll be like that. Yeah. Dominions does it with a K. Okay, well, we'll go back and change it. It's a pretty easy find and replace. Oh boy. Do not crash. Sweet baby Jesus. Sweet baby Jesus. Okay, let me see. We're going to have to... Once this loads, I'm going to put it in a file, or in the Dominions folder. Oh, it's done. Okay. So, here's the export thing. Bastion of the Pantocrator. Here's all the files it made. Now, this whole folder, by the way, this is the problem with doing it with TGAs, is 1.6 gigabytes, which is made, like, this is the size of an entire game. Dear Lord. Okay, so we're going to copy. We're not going to cut. We're going to copy, and then I'm going to turn off my thing while I navigate around my computer. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it in another folder, which is right here. Maps. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's fire up Dominion 6. Only one guy in my group of 13 makes maps, so I thought I'd learn, but maybe that's why he's the only one that makes them. Everyone else got fed up. We're doing pretty good so far. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn on debug mod. I think I need to turn off, there's some things I would need to put in too to like turn off fog of war and stuff like that, but we'll just kind of explore around. First question is like, will it load up at all? And let's try it out. Pantocrator's Chalice? No, it's Bastion of the Pantocrator. Wait, you want the underground thing off by default. I think Map Nuke turns it off by default anyway. You can see there aren't options. And let's just do random land nations here. Shinuyama. I have a Red Rob's thing on. So we have fancy Pantocrators here. Okay, we should get a debug sensei or two, though. And this should be pretty quick, because when you're doing... when you don't have to generate any portion of the map, this does go pretty quick, like you can see. Oh boy, it loaded up. Now the interesting thing here, I'll show you some stuff. So if we wanted to cast, like okay, 1 second. Let me hit in turn so we actually have gems. Okay. So if I want to cast something like, let's say I want to cast Arcane Probing, right? To go here, it's 1. To go here, it's 2. So you can magically move through these. And that's one of the things we're going to have to go and turn off, is get rid of all these mountain connections. So that you can't magic phase through here. So that's cool. The other thing I do want to see is, let's summon a Bane Lord. Not Bane Lord, a Wraith Lord. Let's summon a few of these. And that way we just are going to be very certain that... we're going to be very certain they don't die. The map is indeed functional. And I've saved it. I have it in 2 places on my computer, so I'm not going to like somehow mess it up. Okay, so these guys are going to do Invulnerability, Soul Vortex, Skeletal Body, Attack Closest. Okay, and I want to have them come over here and explore the cave system. Wait, isn't there... There's a cave system. We can't see it yet, strangely. Wait, but there should be a thing here, right? Can we not see it until we conquer it? I thought you could see it. The cave system didn't work. You have to be fucking kidding me. Unknown plane. Hang tight. That's Nexus? Wait, where the fuck is the cave system? Oh no. I don't like this. I don't like this. 1 second. Let me, Okay, let's see. Kelp, plain, swarm, Pantocrator waste, Pantocrator waste, Pantocrator waste. Farm. Forest, highland. There's no plains. I mean, there's no... Where the fuck's my cave system? No. Oh, these actually like fully connect. That's kind of interesting. Maybe I should try to not make those things connect. But is it not going to do it for the... Export the cave files, damn it! Or what's it doing? Did I crash it? Or did it go? 1 second. There's no caves here. There's no caves. Wait, didn't this other one have caves? Or did it not? This one had caves. I tested it just so I wouldn't... I tested it just so this exact thing wouldn't happen. I want to make sure I didn't put all this time into it and then have it fuck up on the caves. Go back to the beginning of the stream. I literally tested this. Nuke. Nukita. What is it doing? It has this highlighted, but it's not going. Nuke. I wonder if it's throwing errors. I think it's throwing errors. Just let it try again. This is like desperation. This is me just crying, just snibbling. Please work this time. Yeah, you'll want those to connect to your entrances. Yeah, by the way, in the cave system, maybe I can put up some like impassable walls between the cave. I can also do that in Dominions. Like just make it so that the two cave systems don't directly connect. You have to go to the surface. Because that is what I want. I don't want you to go straight through without having to go to the surface. Oh my god. Here, while that finishes, let's see if we see more problems. I mean, so far this part looks pretty good, though. Ooh, look at that. Queen Andromeda. Do not like. Do not like. We all act like you're maybe our will carry us through the map making process. Oh man. This hurts. This hurts so much. Now, technically, somebody could go hand draw the cave layer for this and then draw in the connections like we had it. It's possible. In fact, technically, I could even go into Map Nuke and just screenshot it and then like get rid of the flags, which would be showing maybe. Feels pretty bad, man. The pain is super real. Thank you for your empathy, the wolf pack. No cave. All right, guys, we're gonna end the stream here. I'm going to cry, but I'm also going to send Nuke a request for help. And please, I'm gonna beg him that his solution does not involve me spending another 4 hours of my time fixing this. But yeah. Anyway, this is how you should be able to do it. The steps we have remaining, I'll cover that, I guess, before we go, in case people are using this as a, as an informational essay on how to do this on your own. The steps we have left are actually reasonably simple. We have to go cut all of these mountain connections in the Dominions editor so that they are truly impassable mountains, even by magic. I think that's actually it. I think after that, we're pretty much done. There's a few tags we have to put into the game file, like, say, show fog of war, things like that, potentially. Yeah, there might be a couple other tags we would need to put in the map file. We could label some of these. That could be kind of cool. Like, can I go? Oh, I can put the custom names in here too. I probably should go back and put custom names. So I'll go do that. I'll try to use some of the Pantocrator and Titan Patreon supporters and stick them in here. But I need to get some answers from Nuke before I put any more time into this. He says after 4 hours of work almost. But it is what it is, folks. Hopefully we figure out a way to get it sorted. I mean, at a minimum, we did get the surface layer working. Like, the surface layer, we can put on Steam. You can play it. There's no cave layers. There's no cave provinces in it. But, maybe we could figure out how to fix it. But at any rate, thank you guys for watching, and we'll